Maybe even one from Canada.
Like Rob.
What are
Yeah.
you talking about?
Talking
All right.
about.
I get started without Sventies. It's almost quarter after. We'll give him one more minute and then just get the ball rolling on this.
So, John, can I have my belt?
Can you have your belt?
Yes.
Now, imagine that I am 100% certain that I remember what you're talking about. For everybody else, could you remind them what you're talking about?
Oh,
Does it hold up your pants?
It does, and it has special magical properties too.
Are the magical properties
It
holding up?
is called the Belt of Emerald Mastery. It is an uncommon wondrous item. Requires attunement by a monk. And it's a braided green silk belt, denotes an early stage on the path of mastery in a certain monastic order. When you have 0 key points remaining, you can use a bonus action to regain 1d4 plus 1 key points. This belt can do so once, and you regain the use of this ability at the next day at dawn.
And what book? I know it's not one of the books that I had allowed access to. Do you remember where it came from?
I literally searched for magical monk items, D&D.
It doesn't list a source.
No, I have to look it up again because I just literally read to you what I copied and pasted into our earlier chat.
What was the name of the item again?
Belt
Emerald
of the
Mastery.
Emerald Order.
Belt of Emerald Mastery.
Yeah, it's Belt of Emerald Mastery.
It seems
Oh, it's Brandis Stoddard. I don't know what that is, but
it's a person. It's an entirely homebrew item.
well then, never mind.
No, I'm considering it. It is an uncommon item. At face value, it doesn't seem like it would be horribly broken. I mean, a key point is worth less than a spell slot, and you can easily get a Pearl of Power. Yeah, I mean, the worst that happens is I'm wrong and it totally destroys balance in the game, and then someone comes along, beats you up, and takes it.
Excellent.
Yeah.
As I walk away with my belt, I'll cry out, "But it's my birthday!"
The only thing you'll have to remember is that it's not in the compendium anywhere, so we won't be able to reference the rules. So if you can keep Brad and Stoddard page bookmarked, or maybe I can just copy paste this into a thing so that I have it. Just because in the future I will probably do the thing where I look in the compendium, don't see it, and then say, "Hey, remember that
I just
thing?"
pasted the link to you in our chat.
Awesome. I'm gonna make it a handout.
To be honest, I was panicking and I was like, "We get a magical item that's uncommon? Oh God, what can monks have?"
A Belt
So
of
I just-
Emerald Mastery.
Was searching, and I just didn't like the weapons that were out there.
Cool. All right. So we are gonna just proceed, I think, without Saventes.
Not Saventes.
Oh, I'm afraid so. No, I guess not Saventes.
Did he drown in the flood?
About to find out.
That would be just great. Coming back to the characters next week. Oh yeah, sorry Cole. I gave you every opportunity to roll, but your druid just drowned. He was just laying there face down in a puddle for like an hour.
That'd be awful.
That would be pretty shitty.
He just read it in action.
I take the dodge action. It's a tsunami. And I dodge. All right.
Just be like Spider-Man swooped in and said everybody gets one and saved his life.
Yeah.
Just write Junior next to all their names.
Pull up our notes here. All right. So when last we left off, you guys had done battle with a wandering druid. Cole had made some kind of realization about what was written on his staff. before any more conflict could be had and before any resolution, the ground shook. You watched flocks of birds fly overhead. You felt this cacophonous roar from the ocean side as a massive wall of water began overtaking everything. In this moment, that's where we pick up as this tidal surge of water. You're a quarter mile from the coast, but even here now, still it's 2 or 3 foot deep water, just continuing to surge deeper and deeper into the coastline. I don't know how many of you have had experience with 4th edition D&D, but I really liked their skill challenge system, so I bring it into most of the games I run regardless of edition. I find it most successful to just be transparent about a skill challenge. That's what the resolution of this tsunami is going to be. So in this scenario, I would like each of you to put your creative thinking caps on and tell me how you would like to react to the scenario of the surging water ripping through the coast, washing structures away, taking people out to sea, drowning pigs. You look around and see several stranded villagers calling for aid, animals, livestock being washed out to sea. There's the Elderstone Pavilion is a 2-story structure, but the access stairwell to it is blocked by some carts that have been washed up against it. And the large game Toll the Bell is beginning to collapse and threatens to fall on some people. Taking all of this in this moment, each of you with your critical thinking caps on, what would your character like to do? And we'll try to find an appropriate skill. The object is to try to accrue a certain number of skill successes before we hit 3 failures. 3 failures would be a bad thing. It's a fail of the skill challenge, and it likely means death for someone. So an example might be using the acrobatics skill to try to maintain your balance as knee-high water rushes past you, or trying to jump to something that's higher ground so that you're not swept away by the wave. Look at your skill sheets. Actually, with this many players, it might also be helpful to just roll initiative. Give me 1 second.
Also, John, when you get a sec, could we get sent to the city map?
We can.
The world map is very pretty, but I've forgotten what a lot of stuff was.
For fuck's sake.
Feisty, why did yours come up different?
Because I'm special like that.
Oh, I'm not special.
Because I'm not using the button, I'm just clicking on my character sheet.
That's fair.
Special.
See the
Uh-oh.
mentees.
Uh-oh.
What?
Womp womp.
What's uh-oh?
Just reading Discord.
What happened?
Sminty's forgot about D&D
And he's eating dinner.
dinner.
Wow.
Quick, someone tell him to grab a d20 and roll for initiative.
Nice. All right. So, Kel the Necromancer reacts first as the just torrential energy of the ocean washes over the small village of Swinford. What do you want to do?
I mean, I'm gonna save myself. You said that there's some carts that I could run up to get on top of the stone building.
Sure.
I'm going to try and do that.
Okay. Acro or athletics check to try to climb the carts to get to the second tower of the pavilion here.
Oh, that's gonna be fun.
Oof.
You rush, trying to preserve your own life. Being a necromancer, you understand the value of not dying. Make your way to the cart and, in uncharacteristic fashion, just try to leap from the ground onto the flat of the cart in one deft motion. You fail, smacking your chin on the railing of the cart and spiraling backwards into the now rushing water face up. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw. Oh no. The surge of water washes you into the cups building, and you feel slam, your back cracks into one of the poles, and you're not sure whether the wood splintered or your spine did, but you're going to take 2d6 points of damage. Oh my goodness.
Oh.
11
Oh.
points of damage. You're certain something's cracked and bleeding inside, but you'll have time to worry about that after you're not dying. Kig Sword. You're
Yeah.
already dangerously low to the ground, so for you, this is like chest-high water.
Yeah, and I'm not really concerned with the other people immediately, at least. More concerned with myself. So I'm gonna try and use my my small demeanor to kind of just roll and jump on top of a building.
Are we missing some rolls? Because there's only 4 people in the turn order.
Yep. That's what I was wanting to comment on.
C6.
I see 4.
Same.
Maybe it's roll 20 being dumb again.
Maybe.
Does anybody else see
I
6?
see 4.
I see 4.
Yeah.
I'll just reload, see what happens.
Yeah,
I
only
see
see
4.
4.
Yeah, thank you, Zell.
Oh. So what 4 do you see, Feisty?
Kig, Zaz, Leo, and myself.
Yep.
So you
Same
don't see Alexis or Reed.
Nope.
That's so bizarre. Reed got a 17 and Alexis got a 6,
Yep.
and they're in turn order on my screen.
As long as you know, try. That's all that matters.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's all that matters.
I'll try to figure out why that's fucked up for future. Anyway, Kig, you wanted to try to climb a structure?
Yeah, I mean,
Do you want to take
Like-
the same path that Feisty attempted, getting up to the second story structure of this Elderstone Pavilion, or do you just want to stand on top of like Beriddled or something over here?
yeah, I was just gonna go on that house, the beriddled house. I was just trying to jump up to it. Like I can do that already with my current
Mhm.
skill set. So, I mean, do you want me to do a
I'd like you to
athletics
make
check?
an athletics check with advantage
Yeah, okay.
because of your class feature.
Okie dokie.
What's your class feature?
Second
Being
story to
cool.
work. Being cool. Oh, it says right here I'm
Athletics.
multi-classed into, oh, there it is, badass.
Or acrobatics.
Damn.
Can't wait to multi-spec into that.
I'm sorry, did you
You're-
say athletics or acrobatics?
I given second story work, I'd allow for either.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna definitely choose the one I'm good at.
The
No, it's the one you're bad at.
Oh,
Nice. Oh, it almost didn't even matter.
sweet.
the default items with the class badass is a really cool pair of shades.
Nice.
Does it go pear-shaped?
It's bubblegum or kick-ass. It's the 2 class features you choose from at level 3. Kig, you vault onto the building just in time to watch some of the other smaller structures collapse around you. You watch the slight frame of a person get swept away. You are not sure, but it might have been Kel. You feel safe up here. The water doesn't seem to be rising so much; it is just surging, parallel to the ground. For the moment, the structure you're standing on seems safe. Reed, you're about to be overtaken by the flood.
Seeing that I am very close to the ground and I do not wish to drown, my immediate action is high ground and gonna go for the temple. Seems like the smartest bet. Can I use my acrobatics for that?
To climb the carts that are blocking the stairwell is athletics, unfortunately. You can't really
Okay.
finesse climbing over carts.
Got it. Well, I'll start with that then.
You
we're all gonna die.
guys.
This is the best trap I've ever made. In very much Kel fashion, you try to jump in one stride. You skin your knee and sort of fall chest first onto the edge of the cart. All of the oxygen just rushes out of your body. You have a hard time gasping for air. You go to take a knee to steady yourself, forgetting about the surging tsunami wave for just a moment, and in that second, it just catches you and washes you away. I need a dexterity saving throw.
Okay, I like that one better.
Trusting your halfling instincts to not drown like a rat, you just roll into the cart. The water is now just at the level of your shoulder blades as you lay flat on the back of this wooden cart, but its force is only carrying you into the stone of the pavilion, so for the moment, you're safe.
Okay, thank you.
Zaz.
By golly, that hurt.
Oh boy, I didn't think that 10 was going to get me very far. Okay, so I am the cleric and I should be healing people, but I want to try and save as many people as possible. I see this rope net, and I want to try and use the rope from that rope net to get to as many people as I can. I would like to, if possible, use survival to try and do a bunch of really fast nut work to try and get that rope out to people.
I love it. Give me the survival check. Just like old school net fishing, except for folks.
Ooh.
Yeah, that happens.
The dice are not with us this evening.
Yeah, what is going
There
on?
aren't.
You guys all watch as a impassioned Zaz runs into the pavilion and starts cutting away, slashing at the spider's climb net, and begins feverishly trying to weave it together. And as several swine and a small child wash away in the backflow of the tsunami, they careen past the center of the pavilion here. And in a last-ditch effort, he calls upon the strength of the storm god and throws the net. And you guys watch in horror as all of them just can't grab on, and they slip right through the net and are carried off into the distance.
Wow. All right.
God.
You
Well,
are
that's
cruel.
That's not going to haunt me later.
I agree, Zaz. Why would you let those children die?
Oof.
Alexis,
Yes.
what would you like to do?
Well, I would like to not be in this building, and I would like to be on top of the building. Well, I'm not in the building anymore, but I would like to get on top of one of the buildings. So
Okay.
I think it was this one.
Yeah.
This one.
Okay, that's the alehouse.
Yes.
Make an athletics check to climb. It's a taller building. You're not going to be able to reach the eaves. You'll have to climb on the banister.
Oh shit. Maybe not that building. But I've made my choice. You said athletics, yes?
Yes, please. I think you're not very good at that.
Oh no.
That's why I said I wanted to do the other building.
No.
How many? Oh my god.
Oh no! I didn't know that was
How?
possible.
That's 3 already.
1 minus 2. Jesus.
A -1 is the total result. All right. Same as before. You rush into the alehouse and you jump on the railing deftly, very well, jumping to the eave, grabbing it with both hands. All that is required now is that you do one pull-up to get yourself onto the roof, and suddenly your arms just start to strain and shake, and you realize you don't have the strength to do this. You struggle, but your grip is already starting to give way. And as soon as your feet dangle low enough to get caught in the surging tide, you are just ripped off the roof. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh god, am I gonna die? Because I'm at 14 health.
It's because you're so drunk.
I'm not drunk. What?
The alcohol's catching up to you.
Jesus. It's rolled.
You are swept away into the area by Toll the Bell. At that exact moment, this confluence of events happens that you see your life flash before your eyes. As you're being swept away by the water, your muscles still burning from the attempt to climb onto the building, you watch as this giant bell tower that you guys were ringing earlier in the day just begins to collapse and list straight towards you. You're doing that math of how can I get out of the way? Do I run against the shadow, 90 degrees to the shadow? I'm going to get crushed to death. Thankfully, it lands just here, wedging itself between one of the boards, and it gets stuck on the platform where it was previously anchored. You bash into it, breaking a rib, taking 4 points of damage, but it's worked as sort of like a makeshift net. It's got you caught, pinned against it as the water continues to press against your body. As long as you can keep your head above water, you won't drown.
Fantastic. I'm at 10
Oh.
health. Thanks, man.
Sorry, I thought that was Leo that was taking his turn.
I'm taking my turn now.
Yep.
Yeah.
My first thought's going to be of Leslie the mule in my cart.
Mhm.
And I'm going to see that my travel companion was swept away, hurled into a building. So I'm going to trek over there and try to grab them, throw them on my back, and start heading towards the cart.
Okay.
I'm fine.
What skill would you like to utilize to do that? Do you see that as an athletics check, like just wading through the water against the tide to pick up Kel? Or
I'd say it's either like an athletics check or just a straight strength check, because I'm just trying to pick them up, just straight up, just trying to take them out, like just brute force trying to pick them up out of the
Okay.
water.
I'll allow just a strength check. It's
Okay.
I'll decrease the DC.
Okay. Oh, I think I might have rage still on from previous session.
Yes, I'll allow that because it gives you advantage on strength checks.
Okay.
Oh my God, there are 2 of you.
What happened?
Because I was hidden under my giant badger that I still have.
Nice.
Bloop.
So wait. Hold on. If the giant badger was plugging the hole, does that mean that no water gets in and they're safe?
I don't want to Google badger plug because I feel like that's going to be something else.
Hey, basics.
But that doesn't raise a question. Do I still have my giant badger with me?
Yeah, it's a summoned creature. I think it acts on your initiative. I think it'll like preserve its own life. I don't think you have to command it to do that. So I'll say it's climbed up here with basics, but it's still summoned. I think you keep it for an hour.
It would have been over with me though.
Sure.
I also want to say that I still have my Stone of Good Luck on me. Get a +1 to saving throws and ability checks. I don't know how to add that into my rolls though. That was my my one common magical item.
Yeah, you'll just have to watch it for the most part and let me
Okay.
know that like if it's
So-
just skill checks and saving throws, then it wouldn't apply to the strength
Okay.
because that's neither a
Just-
skill check
okay.
nor a saving throw. But
All right.
watch it, and if it's not computing, just sometimes the game is or the system is really good at like additive bonuses, and sometimes it's really not. And
Okay.
so yeah, you make it just hunkered down, raging dwarf style, just trudging through the water, just bracing your entire form against the onrush of water until you can get to Kel, hoisting them up by the cloak. You just sort of rest them over your shoulder and begin trudging out of town towards where you left the cart and the mule. Everyone is both impressed at your strength and audacity to just do that in a tidal surge, but they're also sort of bummed that you've left them behind.
Cool.
You make it out to the edge of the village where the cart is. The water there has dissipated to a level where the mule hasn't been carried away by it. Everybody else, you are all safe for the moment. In about 10 seconds or so, the water starts flooding back towards the ocean. The initial power of that surge has been dissipated, and water is just returning to the point of least resistance. You've survived the tsunami, but you look and see that the landscape before you has been stripped, trees uprooted, foliage completely scoured away. There are just disparaging cries going out in the village, echoing all over the place. People have lost loved ones, either definitely dead or just misplaced. In all likelihood, washed out to sea. In that aftermath, what do you guys want to do?
Start tending to the dying.
I am so sorry that went that way.
It happens. I have the cantrip for keep people
Mhm.
alive, spare the dying, and so I'm just going to be finding people
And
that are
sparing them.
dying and keeping
Yeah.
them from actually dying. I guess the proper term is I'm going to stabilize people a bunch.
Nice. That's very thoughtful of you.
Are we, while this round's happening, are we still trapped in the water that's backwashing now?
No, I think the skill challenge is over. Unfortunately, it was a failure. Many people died this day that didn't have to, and you'll have to
Got
live
it.
with that for the rest of your life.
Thanks, Try.
Mm-hmm.
As someone who's taken the healer feat, I would like to assist in finding any near-death persons and see if I can save them.
Okay. You can work in tandem with Zaz to sort of, triage people that are either still salvageable, definitely dead, or just too far away and hard to get to. The difficult choices that field medics often have to make.
Yes.
Kig, what do you want to be doing?
I like my spot up on the roof. Is it still like shallow water on the floor, or is it?
Yeah, it's more like standing puddle now. Like it's
I
ankle
don't-
deep, splashy.
Kig doesn't really feel like a sense for heroitude or whatever I'm trying to say. So he was kind of laughing when he saw Elvis. Sorry. How do you say your name? Lav. My bad.
Alexis?
Alexis.
That is a complicated one. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I kind of just forgot. I was just kind of laughing when I saw Alexis kind of go for a jump and get sidewinded by a wall or a falling bell. But I'm good up here. I have no reason for I saw Saz doing his thing, and I'm already used to Saz doing his thing, so I'm chilling.
Okay,
I'm
so you're
just
gonna hang tight.
I'm just dying for one of you to just like happen to see a passing fish as the water recedes and just to scoop down and grab it and be like, hey, dinner!
Andrew, see fish. All right, Leo, you are walking to the cart to Leslie with Kel in tow. What do you two collectively want to do? You see that Kel's badly injured, possibly broken, but as always, they're just kind of stoic.
I still just want to check out, make sure Leslie's okay. But
Okay.
if Kel wants, I'll put him down.
I would like to be put down now.
Put him down.
Down,
Be like,
please.
you all right?
Yep, I'll be fine.
You're not bleeding, are you?
Nowhere
all
that
take-
matters.
Cough a little bit, and the palm of their hand is just coated in thick blood.
I'm
And
just
you
gonna
wish that's not the first time you've seen that.
I'm just gonna be like, maybe we can find something in the cart to help you out.
Yep. I also call my giant badger over to where we are because I guess I have a giant badger for today.
Siphon life.
No.
Okay. You make it to the cart. Leslie is spooked and covered in debris and even some small strands of errant seaweed. The cart is a sopping mess. You're worried that damage might have been done to the portable forge, but those are concerns for another time. Leslie's safe.
All right, then I'll start heading back to town and see what I can do to help out.
Okay. Alexis, what do you want to be doing?
Crying in a crumpled heap on the floor.
I mean, maybe you can ask if that counts as ringing the bell because you did smack right into it.
True. No, I'm probably gonna like slowly kind of get up, kind of test to see if I'm not broken anywhere.
As you're like apprehensively stretching like you might to limber up, just unsure that what you're doing is not making the pain worse. I need a perception check from you,
Okie dokie.
being the person farthest to the north.
Perception check. Damn, I suck.
You hear for a moment what sounds like like distant thunder, which makes sense because you saw some storm clouds out in the ocean a while ago. And then you hear it again and again and several times more, and it sounds far too close to be that distant storm. And you can hear, as you keen your ears carefully to listen, the sound of people screaming, cries for help, And as you sort of go to the edge of the building to the north to look, you see several people sort of wandering through the muck and the sludge out of the forest that lines the coastline, running towards you, saying, "Run, run! Oh God, save us!"
I think I yell back at us. I'm like, is there something we should probably be worried about?
A man who is just slowly, like at a casual walking pace, walks past you. He's missing his right arm. It's been severed cleanly at the shoulder joint and is just squirting arterial blood everywhere. He just takes one look at you and says, "They're going to kill us all." And just keeps walking, takes 4 more steps, and collapses in the street.
Well, I can't do anything about that.
Probably should let someone know.
Well,
I like the response of, "Yeah, I can't do anything about that."
Sucks to suck.
It's not really my skill set.
I'm gonna walk back.
I'm good at
Well,
not doing pull-ups.
Sprint back, I guess. and kind of make a casual mention that we should probably get a move on faster than sooner rather than later.
I'm confused. You want to move in this water?
It's puddles.
Not for me.
Why is it not?
It's up to my waist. I'm not getting down from this.
You better get down from there, you dagger.
As Alexis is telling several of you that there's a man who just walked into town with a severed arm and is dying in the street, and that she heard what might be misconstrued as something explosion-y, 2 more people come running in. They have weird burns, like they look like lashes of a whip, but it's obviously charred flesh. And they're just running. They don't even want to stop and acknowledge you. They're just fleeing this area, and when they don't see panic in your eyes, they just scream at you, "Run!"
See, I told you something was wrong.
This is probably fine.
Everything is fine.
I think we should get on Leslie and the cart and get out of here in the opposite direction.
That's why I'm already on the
So
cart.
they're running from something. Is there any? Oh, it's Kel's turn. Sorry.
Sure,
Oh, we're kind of freeform. It doesn't really matter.
Cool. I was just gonna see, like, can I use my investigation to kind of, because since I'm on top of this house, I want to see what they're running from.
Yeah, that's more of a perception roll, but you can absolutely roll that.
Oh, sure. Do you want me to roll perception?
I mean, if you want to see things, I would like a perception roll
Okay.
to help you perceive.
Well.
Oh boy.
Oh man. Well, I guess it's still daytime out. I'm not gonna have much perception as a kobold.
That's true. Yeah, straining your squinty little eyes to try to see, you can't make much out. There are plumes of smoke rising from the beach, and you see a few more people straggling out of the scattered forest. What parts of it weren't washed away, offering little cover, and you can hear the sound again of small, like they sound like explosions in quick succession.
Is the cart that I'm on in that sort of direction?
The sounds are coming from the north. That's like where the sea coves in.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we parked in the south.
Yeah, we did. This is fine.
Hearing these cries to run and looking around at the chaos, at the people go by, deciding that the ones who are not moving on the ground are not going to be healed, I turn my attention to the injured party members, and I'm going to name. Cal been stabilized or healed back to much yet?
No, they're still at 15 of 30, and Alexis is at 10 of 22. Everyone else, I think,
poor
is
Alexis.
really good.
All right. Well, since Kel is the closest, I'm going to use my healer's kit and
Alexis
to
is probably the closest because I think we're all the way the fuck down here.
Yeah.
Oh, you
Yeah,
are?
we're
The map doesn't allow for me to show you like them actually out of town, but they're not in town.
Okay. Well then, Alexis. I'm going to use my healer's kit to do 1d6 plus 4 hit points of health.
Nice.
Do it.
Okay, I have to like figure that shit out.
Tending to your head wound, Reed kneels down and opens up his healer's kit and starts applying mashed herbs to a poultice that he's going to put over the wound in your chest.
Stay still for a moment,
You can.
and then plus 4. I don't know
6
how to
hit
do that.
points. I do. 6 hit points.
Yeah. There you
Oof.
Oh, well, I can math too. Yes. you gain 6 health.
Oh boy. Thank you.
That was 60% more than you had a minute ago.
That is true.
And as I finish, I suggest we can recover further later. Perhaps it is time to retreat.
I'm gonna get to like Kirish
That's what I was telling you earlier.
and just kind of be like, what's everyone yelling about?
Leo's made it back to the village. I am assuming Alexis will share all that she knows.
Yeah, kinda
What
just on
what
top
I'm
of the
going to I'm
building,
going to extrapolate.
pointing in general direction.
I'm going to extrapolate.
General
Fiery
area.
sea monster murdering people. Let's not be in the same direction.
Well, we should probably go to the capital and form the military.
Or
No,
get
no.
in our giant Jaeger suits.
Oh, we're getting our giant Jaegers that we don't currently have. Then I'm gonna just tell everybody to follow me. We'll hop in my cart and get out of here. The safety of the nation is probably more vital than the safety of this town.
What about the people we're leaving behind?
Don't have to tell me twice. And I start heading toward the cart.
Yeah.
They'll be fine.
And I pick up this weird little goblin chick that apparently is still hiding underneath this bench.
Mm-hmm. As you guys survey the situation, the young goblin girl is terrified. There are many people dead or dying on the ground here. The druid that you very recently came to know, Petrichor, is laying on the ground in a catatonic state, and series of small caterpillars are literally like knitting a cocoon around him. Reed, I need you to make a wisdom check.
Got it.
Nice.
If there is, as Alexis postulates, a giant angry sea monster roaming the shore heading to this town, there are many people here who will not be able to leave. The injured will be dead, the dying will be dead. And that thought as you want to leave with your friends is stuck in your craw for a moment. You just look over this field of people that are crying for help, including the man who lost his own arm. And you just have this moment of indecision, panic, paralysis by analysis. What is the correct thing to do?
Guys, I think we should stay and protect these people if we can.
I give.
It's
Zaz, I'm not even gonna look up from whoever I happen to be tending at the second and just shout, "Get people to the temple, and we'll fight whatever we have to."
people like this who I grew up amongst. The community is important. We should save them.
Says the person who didn't just slam into the bell tower.
Shop local.
Hey man, Zaz is healing right here. Feel free to walk up, and I will happily give you some magic.
I'm gonna be like, yeah. Well, at least we can do is help these people bar up in this temple. But I think we should still have at least go alert the military to help us. If there is an invasion happening.
So we have a giant badger, and we have paper.
Is a messenger badger a thing?
If only our
The-
druid was here.
The badger disappears at dawn.
How many hours do we have
How many?
till
What?
dawn? How many hours till dawn?
It would have been like 2 in the afternoon.
So how
So,
far can the
Roughly 12
badger run,
hours.
and will it be able to make it?
If you're trying to send it all the way back to Castle Ashburn in Pendilor, no. That's
What about the
it's
nearest military outpost?
Yeah.
probably so. Assuming nothing aided and it didn't get confused or lost. Is the plan to send a notice attached to the badger to somewhere?
I guess so. That's the best plan we've had so far.
And that's it.
I guess like all of us will probably just help wounded and villagers hole up in the temple and fight off whatever's coming, and then have a badger notice off to the nearest outpost, guard outpost. Does that sound like a plan, everybody?
I want to see what's coming.
Someone should go tell Kel and also the badger.
Yeah, that's true. Hey, you're part of a plan.
Kel is nowhere near any of you right now.
I guess after we've devised this plan, I'll be like, all right, I'm gonna go tell Kel, and I'm gonna walk on back to down here.
And I walked up to the weird
hobble my
kobold,
way over there.
the cleric kobold, and
and
I'm
let you
like,
know
I hear
how
something
I
about
plan.
magic.
Yep. Hold still. Just give me a second. Oh, I crit that.
Oh,
9 points of healing. That's more than you can even have. You burst a blood vessel of healing.
if I do +9, will it go above?
It will.
Oh no, I'm getting rid of those.
Yep. Kig, if you want to go and scout, a
Yeah,
rogue is
can I,
a
like-
pretty decent advanced scout.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Can I just stay on the roofs and hop from roof to roof, kind of making my way down towards where the explosions were coming from? I wanna
Making your way
try and
downtown,
make
walking
another
fast.
Only if you
perception
sing it as I'm making my way downtown.
check.
Yeah, there's no need for athletics because of your class feature. You wind your way as far as the buildings take you. You're now about 50 or so feet from the edge of the tree line. There's a small like band of forest that runs most of this rocky coastline. Beyond it, you can hear the crashing waves of the ocean, but you can hear the sounds of pitched battle and people crying for help just inside the forest.
Oh snap!
And you can see at the very limit of your vision, large hulking humanoid figures pursuing someone through the forest.
Okay. Well, I see that, and you know, me being me, if Saz wasn't here, I would have just turned around and ran. But with being around Saz, I feel like compelled to say something, and I go back and I tell him, maybe we should go and fight in the woods.
After popping my head up from the poor elf that I've been healing, I was like, wait, what? Kig,
Yeah,
you're what?
giant monstrosity. Other people. You like other people, no?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
You
Yeah. Let's go save them too. Sure. Load up that cart. Let's go.
I thought we were running. Why are we not running?
I give Alexis a weird look.
I'm trying to save myself and my friend. I don't know what we're doing.
At this point, I guess I'm gonna be walking back in when I hear you say, "Why aren't we running?" Some
Mhm.
old dwarven proverb about stone and unmovable. and how
Stone.
we shouldn't run.
I mean, I guess.
Well, you bring
Sure, I
cart
guess.
so I can jump in cart and not put feet in water.
The unbroken stone remains so, cause it ain't no bitch.
Oh, look.
Hey, Sventies!
The weird little goblin chick came back.
Shh, just play it out.
So you failed your skill challenge and you drowned.
I'm actually carrying you around as I've stated already. So
let's
you're
get
in my arm.
Sventies up to speed real quick. The tsunami washed across the fairgrounds, killed many villagers, washed them out to sea. We had a unfortunate skill challenge. Zaz heroically tried to save some children and some pigs from being caught in the tidal surge, but was unable to do so. We had some significant injuries to the party, and in the aftermath of that tsunami, once the energy was dissipated and the water washed back out to sea, there seems to be some kind of attack happening on the beach side, working its way inland. People are running from the coast, screaming to run for their lives. People have shown up with burns and dismemberments, screaming, "Run! They're going to kill us all!"
Okay,
And-
I'm caught up. I was watching on Twitch, so
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Alexis is shaking you to please wake up. We have to run, and that's where you snap to. Finally, your catatonic state abates, and you watch as Theo just powerfully strides past, muttering something about how he ain't no bitch.
I grab Alexis by the shoulders. The water was tall. Water isn't supposed to be tall.
Yes. Now we got to get out of here because I don't want to be murdered by these giant fish monsters.
What do you mean, fish?
Well, they came out of the sea.
Okay, good enough. Let's go. Please continue. I'm caught up.
Excellent. As the group of you begin discussing, there seems to be two schools of thought. Well, I guess technically three. There are those who want to flee, some who want to try to gather all of the civilians, barricade them in the Elderstone Pavilion, and some that want to go out to protect the farmers who are crying for help and that are being attacked in the coastal forest. We don't all have to do the same plan, but I think we should come up with, let's start making decisions about who's doing what.
There was also a plan on sending a badger to a military outpost with a note tied to it.
Yeah, that was like part B of the hide in the pavilion plan, I think.
So many people have died today. We can't let any more if we can help it.
People
I don't
die
know
all
about the
time.
rest of you, but it's my job to help others if I can.
People die all the time. I think we should just try to make sure that we can make ourselves be not on the dead side.
Should we at least assess the threat to see if it's something that we can stand up to?
Kig assessed it. It was big. Many people running.
If we wait a level, I'll be able to help the dead people, but not in the way you'd want.
Don't worry, all these people will be fine. Fine servants.
Under my command.
Do none of you have any standards on helping others?
I'm really a help myself kind of person.
I've had to help myself this my entire life. No one's really been out to help me, so why should I bother?
Because I would stay here and help you if I can.
That's
Nice.
good for you.
A lot of little kids with no parents now. I'm here to help them.
Leo's gonna start walking out of town. Be like,
All right. Leo seems to be taking point on the going to help the farmers in distress. If you are of a like mind, position yourself behind Leo's token. If
Guys,
you
you should
would
come. I'm joining Leo.
rather run away, put yourselves closer to where I've left Petrichor on the map.
yeah, can one of you
It would
pick
be
him up, please?
amazing if we were-
Remember, he's being eaten by caterpillars.
He's not being eaten, he's being saved.
Well, Leo has the keys to the donkey, so I have to follow.
Keys
man.
to the donkey.
Good carpool.
God damn it, Leo.
My character size very, very audibly, and then walks over here.
Oh,
Can we just retcon that we put Core in the cart?
I'm fine with that.
Just be like, you watch Leslie, watch the druid being eaten by caterpillars.
She stamps her hoof twice in a moment, like almost like she heard you and agreed. You guys walk your way out of town then, heading towards the sounds of danger, which doesn't sit well with many of you. The forested landscape is flooded. Several of the trees have been uprooted, others snapped in half. The experience is otherworldly, but then you hear another boom sort of explosion sound, and your eyes draw to the east, and you see a man trapped under a large tree, who's, when he sees the 7 of you walking, starts pleading quietly, "Please help me! Please help me!" As you move closer to him, suddenly you can see people stand erect from a crouched position. As your eyes focus, people isn't the right word. They're large, hulking forms that seem to have scales and jagged fins. They look like anthropomorphized fish people, Piscine, if you will.
I was right about the fish people, guys.
Oh, no, the
Nice.
White and Cohen.
As you move towards helping the man pinned under the tree, one of them lets loose a guttural cry, and the rest of them seem to all focus on you, and they begin charging. Larger map is going to take a minute to focus, I think.
What are the white icons?
Explain.
The tokens
There's
up.
probably casters.
Yeah, those are casters, it looks like.
You got like
Yeah,
you got melees and casters.
You can
like,
distinctly see 2 variants. The ones that are wearing armor are much taller and broad than there are with each pack, with each troop of heavily armored beings. You see 2 smaller, slender ones that are wearing very few pieces of armor, but seem to be carrying what looks like, some kind of arcane focus, roughly shaped like a trident.
Is this guy over here the guy that was plating with us?
He is.
Okay. Is it within my power to break the tree?
Let's roll initiative for this combat.
Yeah, please
Okay.
don't break the tree.
I mean, you probably could.
I'm gonna break the tree.
I
Don't
want to
forget
jump
have
on
your
this
token
tree.
selected.
Alright.
I would like to pose a solution as to what happened earlier. I think it may have been when we were rolling for initiative, our characters weren't on the actual map, maybe?
That's possible.
I had to click on my character in order to roll initiative, though.
Who am I
Ah,
missing?
fair enough.
I am not on there because I had not clicked on my character yet.
Let me just add you and add you.
Boy, we all rolled super well.
Yeah, I rolled
That's
the
been
best.
that's been a reoccurring theme for tonight. I would like to mention.
Yeah, so far it has not been super whelming.
We need
Alright.
dance rolls.
Zaz, you're up first. You see a man stuck under a tree pleading for help, and there's an advancing force of Piscine creatures.
Everybody's so far away. Okay. Well, I probably should have done this while we were all heading over there, but whatever. Was that only 30 feet?
So that's your movement. If you want to go help him.
You said he's
You know
pinned
what?
by the tree, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't do anything to that tree, though. Well, I'm just gonna shout at him. We will get right to you, and I'm going to spend my turn healing up. I'm still learning names.
Kel?
Kel. Yes. So I'm just going to jot you with a quick one of these.
Just want to point out.
Also,
I'm only at 74% health.
Imagine losing HP.
I mean,
Imagine-
some people don't have to.
Imagine being at 74% health and still being higher than the rest of the party.
Imagine passing out underneath a bench and then avoiding the entire skill check.
Seems like Spencer did it right. Zaz, you have movement and a bonus action left if you want to take them. Otherwise, we'll pass turn.
my movement is I'm going to run up to this person.
Okay.
Not that I could do much more, but I just give Kel a healing pat on the back and rush over to the next person that needs help.
Do you want to describe to us what your curative magic looks like?
My curative magic, everything I do is Talos based. So it looks like I've given you a very fierce static shock. And probably maybe actually feels that way. Healing magic, everybody's told, is supposed to feel nice, but this doesn't actually feel that nice.
Is Telos the god of lightning?
He is the storm
Okay.
god, yeah.
Because I was thinking Talos from Elder Scrolls. at
Not
first.
Skyrim
Yeah,
Talos.
I'm glad we cleared that up.
Yeah, yeah.
All
Also,
right.
Skyrim taught me we're not allowed to talk about him.
Reed, you react next. See the advancing forces of Piscine people. Zaz just ran over to the man pinned behind the tree.
Sorry, I didn't realize I had myself muted. Seeing these advancing people, I'm going to quickly try to approach and slink down to the side of this bank and try to do it as stealthily as possible. And hopefully, I'm hoping that they lose sight of me.
If you want to try to be stealthed, then you can make a stealth check. Hiding in the low water there.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's see, look at that. Damn, that was a 19. Shit.
Do you want to take any other actions, or are you just happy sort of slinking into the water there and hiding for now? Little Rambo action.
I'm just going to stay there and stay hidden for the moment. They're
Okay.
out of range of my key attacks anyways.
Jezza, you watch as the halfling just sort of bogs down into the now fluid swamp or fluid forest. He seems to be lying in ambush. It's your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna try and do something similar, but I'm gonna move over to this tree trunk right here and try and do something very similar and position myself behind it.
Okay.
And that would be a stealth roll, right?
Yep, you break line of sight for a moment with them and hide quite well. The natural
Excellent.
coloring of the forest very conveniently matches the pigment of your skin.
Excellent. Alright, and I will end my turn there.
Kel.
I am similarly going to sneak up near where I think Reed is, actually. And
Okay. Joining him, sort of bogging down in the muck and the pool of water that's gathered here. All but your cowl remains out of the water, and you're in a really good hiding spot.
How much health do you have right now, Cal?
I think I'm at 22 of 30.
Okay. Man, you took the cast in the wrong direction. I do not approve of your movements.
Oh, so sorry. Hold on one moment. I'm getting a note. Sorry, this just in. Megan's making us cider.
Ooh la la.
Heck yeah!
Oh my god, tell her to
What
share,
kind of cider?
please.
Just apple cider, but it should be pretty good. All right. Sorry, I didn't mean to derail the entire D&D session. Several of these Piscine warriors begin closing in on an old woman defending either a daughter or a younger sister, and they begin fighting her, stabbing at her with jagged claws. One of them bites out her throat and spits it on the floor. She's gasping at the hole in her throat, and you can watch as the light slowly leaves her eyes. They continue to move forward, seemingly unaware that they are just a few feet away from two people hiding in the pool of water there. They continue to advance forward, almost on Jez's position. The one... Sventies, are you eating?
Oh shit!
It happens. It's okay.
Dinner.
My mom always told me to chew with my mouth closed, you know?
I thought it was like it sounded like a track skipping for a minute on the audio, and I was like, what is that sound?
I'm so sorry.
You're good.
Listen, I feel like if this doesn't happen at least once per session, we're not doing it right.
That's true.
Last time it was me, quote unquote, clipping my nails,
Oh my god.
but I actually wasn't.
Yeah.
Right, it was the separating
It was the plastic, yeah.
The plastic of your nails coming off.
Sure.
Oh, please, no.
The caster over here sees Zaz on the other side of the tree trunk as he's trying to calm this person, and you watch as she puts her hand inside of this leathery satchel. It looks like it's made of shark's skin, and draws out a string of water. Beads at first, but becomes this coalesced, just straight path of water floating in air until it coalesces into an orb, a globe of rippling water in her hand, and she shoots it with blinding speed directly at Zaz.
Oh shit.
No, but I'm such a good.
No.
You are able to duck behind the tree trunk just in time as the water impacts with enough force that it shifts the entire tree slightly, and you look as there's this ballistic hole where the water impacted.
Well, silver lining. I was trying to move that tree anyway.
Kig, it's your turn.
Yeah, Kig's not too concerned with all the enemies around right now because he just really hates being this deep in water. So he's gonna jump to the tree, use his bonus action to dash over to the tree and on top of the tree.
Okay.
I can't select my character for some reason. Oh, it's because of the ruler. My bad. And then with that, I'm gonna see the enemies. I'm gonna try and shoot my bow at one of them, like the one right directly in front of me.
Okay. Don't forget, none of them are in combat
No.
with an ally, so you have disadvantage on this attack
Oh, okay.
because of your sunlight sensitivity.
Right, because all the trees are like knocked down. Okay. Damn the sun.
I agree.
And I understand we need it for life, but I don't love it.
Shh.
Even with the blinding light distracting you, you manage to land a hit true. Roll damage. I'll mark them as colored.
Sweet.
8 points of piercing.
Yeah, I wanted to hit not the two that are close to each other, the one that's kind of secluded.
The one that I've just marked as green.
Yes, sir.
Your short bow arrow hits him dead center mass right through the chitinous. It looks like overlapping like abalone shells if they were somehow magically flattened into plates. So there's this sort of like tessellated scale armor that's made of iridescent abalone, but it pierces and cracks through one of that. He screeches and just quickly rips it out of his chest. You watch as thick green Icarus blood oozes out of the wound. He snaps the arrow in half and begins just moving towards you.
I end my turn.
Alexis.
Lab, you're muted, by the way.
I said I was gonna move there. And then in a 15-yard circle, Can I click? Oh, right. Right. Did you get that right here?
One of them is still
oh, I
alive,
see.
right?
Cast darkness.
Okay.
You now see it in the thing here. That is what I'm casting in that area. Now no one can see.
I have something for that. Give me just one quick sec. Not quite the right size.
It is 15, so from the spot I had, it should cover all 4 of them.
Make this the proper size.
So cool.
Okay.
Close enough.
Have to fudge it a little bit, but I agree with the ruler. I disagree with how they draw these templates. Darkness is cast. You guys watch as these shadowy tendrils of almost violet energy leak out of Alexis's arms, coalescing in the air above these people until it just whirls and swirls into this hemisphere of impenetrable darkness. Inky and roiling, it almost looks like you could touch it. It's so thick you can't see through it at all. Do you want to take any other actions, Lev?
Would darkness be one of those spells that you're gonna allow me to cast something else with it, or no? Like if I already used it.
It is an action to cast darkness. So if you had a meta magic feat to quicken that, you could also use a cantrip.
Okie dokie. Well, I'm going to do just that. And well, actually, maybe not. I don't have any good cantrips.
Then we'll
So I
pass
guess-
the turn to Leo.
Did we determine that the tree is no longer on this guy?
It's still a little bit on him. The impact from her water bolt didn't seem to completely dislodge him, but
Okay.
Also,
Move
I'm on the tree.
here.
now.
true, it is now 11 pounds heavier.
Wow.
I'm gonna move about basically like right here, and I'm just gonna try to like break the tree in half. Rage and just like slay my manville down on it.
Okay.
Try to break this tree in half.
No concern with
You're
anyone
gonna-
else.
Crush the guy.
I know.
No, I won't.
We'll see.
Precision strike. That's how the dim mock works.
Just gonna manville it.
Roll damage for the manville. Give me 1 second. Yeah. Given that it was already shot with the water bolt, there was this giant ballistic hole bored through it. Capitalizing on the obvious weakness of that, you put your black trade to work a little bit, hitting at the point of greatest vulnerability with your manville, bringing it down with a two-handed strike. You crack this freshly fallen tree into 2 pieces. The smaller half that was attached to the trunk kind of rolls backwards towards Zaz a little bit, who has to take a step to not get run over by it. He looks to you over his shoulder like, little warning. But the man can now worm his way out. His leg is obviously broken, but he's no longer pinned.
I'm just gonna say as an incidental to be like help this man out, and then I'm gonna like focus at the people that are encroaching on us.
Okay.
And I think that's the end of my turn.
Zaz. We're back at you.
All right. Well, listen, we've got people that are trying to kill us, so helping is going to look a little different right now. But Zaz will hear that command and leap over this now dislodged tree and do his best to make an imposing presence, being hip deep in sludge. But with his shield of Talos raised, trying to look defiant, and
So
is going to cast. Yeah, we're doing our best, all right? It is going to cast Shatter to try and... It's the same spell I cast last time to create a really loud lightning or thunder-like noise.
Mm-hmm.
Here. And I'm going to see if I can remember how to link it.
You're going to interrupt their spellcast. Wow.
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 That's not... Well, I didn't link properly, but there's a spell.
Mm-hmm. It's 15 feet, is that right? Or is it only...
It's a 10 feet radius.
So is that caster and the blue guy, or is it blue guy, red guy, or caster green?
Since it's 10-foot radius,
It's all of them.
It should be all of them.
Oh, nice. That is...
And if I have to start it here instead,
No, I'm happy with that.
that's also fine.
So let me make some saves here. Constitution. We'll start with the green guy and just kind of go green guy, caster, blue guy, red guy. Caster
one.
is the one that made the save.
Yeah, that's fair.
The green one, instantly you watch him crumble. He tries to cover his ears, but he can't get his hands up fast enough. His aquatic ear membranes literally rupture, and in a sort of burst of milky white and green, material exits both sides of his ears. He takes one wobbly step forward and then just collapses face first into the muck. The other two howl in pain as similar milky white and green discharges leave their ears and nose, some bleeding from the eyes. They're looking around for a source of what's damaging them, but they haven't put it together yet. The caster seems less affected, which makes sense since she made her Constitution saving throw, and is preparing a spell in retaliation. She's clearly identified you as the source.
Yeah.
The other two are pretty critically wounded.
13.
Reed.
Right before I make my decision, real quick, the two that were being attacked, you said the old woman was still alive, the older one?
She was, yeah.
Okay. And I don't know how darkness works. Once I move into that zone, is my vision affected too, or would I be able to get to the two injured ones or do anything about it?
Basically, everything you just said is true. Moving into it, your vision is affected. You'd be effectively blinded, but that doesn't necessarily mean you can't wander in there and try to find her. It just means attack rolls, ability checks, skill checks are done with disadvantage.
Okay.
Well, as long as they require sight, I suppose.
And Reed would already know that, right?
I
Theory?
would think that's reasonable, yeah.
Okay. All right. In that case, seeing the darkness and knowing that that's the best protection those two, I'm assuming this is the best protection those two are going to get for the moment, I'm going to move over here and I am going to do my radiant blah 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 thing.
I sincerely hope that Reed calls it Radiant blah 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 attack.
Radiant blah blah blah.
Hi.
I shrank my character sheet so I could actually watch the stuff, and then I forgot to undo it.
Did you know you can, if you have multiple monitors, did you know you can actually pull it out of the window and put it somewhere else?
But I only have one.
Okay.
So I'm going to do Radiant Sunbolt against the caster. That's the closest to me.
Okay.
And I'm trying to remember what the ability is. It's basically like an unarmed attack, right? So I'll just do that. Oh, there's it is. Radiant Sunbolt.
That hits.
And damage rolls 4. And then I'm going to spend a key point to do it 2 more times.
A miss and a hit, so 1 more damage.
Radiant. And since I rolled a 1 on the attack roll, I'm lucky. So I get to reroll that 1 die.
Just to let it be known, I could have played a divination wizard, and this would have been the entire game.
7 more
See,
points of
it's
radiant.
nice to have barbarians in the group. Just, I hit stuff. Ooh.
I'm just happy I remembered that lucky meant attack rolls too.
What does your radiant bolt look like? Describe it for us.
I
Multiple attacks, one attack that hits multiple times. Talk us through it.
Radiant Bolt is multiple attacks. It is a single bolt of radiant, holy looking yellow glowing light. Basically, what I do is I take aim, then with the target in mind, close my eyes, focus for a moment, and then channel a bolt out of my hand, like channeling my key in the direction of my target.
So like shiny dodgeball.
Do you by chance like whisper Kamehameha or like Hadouken maybe?
Wolfang Fist!
No, I don't actually chant anything. I just focus. It's concentration.
Okay.
That's how to, and then a little shiny golden bolt of what looks like sunlight just comes out.
Does it return to you, or does it expire when you're done with it?
It expires on impact.
Excellent. Jezza.
Okay. I would like to move to. Hold on, let me make sure I'm not going to get attack of opportunity here. Yeah, I'm going to burst out from cover. I'm going to move over to this caster, and I'm going to try and finish him off with the quarterstaff. I'm guessing roll, like, that works?
Yes, please.
Or
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice.
And it's a hit.
Nice.
Great.
Wow.
Christ on crutches. Yeah. For a timid goblin who was unsure that this was the correct course of action to begin with, you have done a fine thing. You vault over the tree, and in 2 quick strides, people have a hard time even following the motion. It happened so quickly. You dislodge the quarterstaff from your back mid-leap across the water pools. The woman turns to launch a water bolt at you, and before she can do it, you've brought the staff down on her brain, and you withdraw slightly to just see that you've completely bludgeoned her skull open. She drops to her knees and then falls backwards in this awkward splayed position. It was a quick death, probably even a painless death. You showed her mercy.
Looking, it's kind of twitching as it's there. It's like, ugh. I
The
would
good news
like.
is the first one's free. There's no brain on your staff. It only happens with the second hit.
Yeah. I would like to use one of my 2 remaining... actually, that's a question. Did the rest in between sessions, like me passing out, that didn't count as a short rest, I'm guessing, right?
It did not, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to use one of my remaining key points to take dash as a bonus action.
Mhm.
And I am going to... move up to this lizard wizard's flank and just get in their face real quick.
Is their name Jizzard?
Jizzard the lizard wizard.
What the hell?
Kel, you're up.
I'm gonna start hitting you melee people because this is annoying.
I'm gonna cast Toll the Dead on the caster that Jezza is next to.
Okay.
Can I get a Wisdom saving throw from it?
Absolutely. Oh, I have a +1. That's not awful.
Oh, well, you made
oof.
your Wisdom saving throw, so that's cool.
I'm used to like a lot of these things have, -2 or 3 wisdom, where it's like, oh, that's not great.
Well, that's
It's all or nothing, right?
yeah, it's all or nothing. I'm gonna move out of cover to about here, and can I reach into my bag of tricks and attempt to throw whatever is inside next to the 2 sanguine that are there?
Sure.
Okay.
I've got a very important question. Where's the badger?
The badger is runned off to the nearest guard post. Though
Oh, okay, so that actually happened.
that actually happened. Though it'll be quite a statement, as it looks like it's made out of shadow and bone. So that's going to be quite interesting.
If anything, this makes them more alarmed.
But I just threw out its son, the much smaller normal badger.
Nice. I summon giant bat. Oh, damn it! It's just a badger.
And I guess I tell the badger to chew on its ankles. The blue one.
Kankles.
It's so cute. It's
It
small.
hits.
Yes.
1 point of piercing damage.
How much health does the badger have?
It has 3 hit points.
Oh my god.
It literally, as it's summoned from the bag, it lands with a squeak. It unfurls, takes 2 steps, and then just like sinks its teeth into the giant fish monster's ankles, and it's kicking around, but the badger's holding on. It's dropped a little bit of blood. It seems tenacious.
Love it.
And you moved. All right. We'll start with the Caster and Jezza situation that's happening up here.
Chizard, the wizard lizard.
She grabs her arcane focus, and you can feel a wave of heat behind you, Jezza. You look as a 5-pointed trident, or I guess that would be a quintident, of spectral energy forms behind you and takes a slash at you. I think a 10 misses.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry.
You were being attacked actively.
Oh lord. Okay. Yes, a 10. My AC is 17, so a 10
Mhm.
does miss.
And
Sorry, I left the oven on, and the and the smoke alarm started going off.
oh boy, did you
It's
burn
a-
something?
No, a little bit of what I was cooking dribbled off
Mm.
onto the element at the bottom by accident, and that started to burn. We're good.
After- After the quintident misses you, you can feel the heat from it lash at you, but your monk reflexes are too fast for it. In furious anger, she lashes out at you with like retractable claws in her hands that she slashes at you. Unfortunately, that's so fast you couldn't dodge it, and you take 2 points of slashing damage. With the badger in tow, he makes a mad dash for Zaz to try to attack him. He will make 2 attacks, one with his claw and one with his spear. Miss, I assume, with an 11? Although I don't see your AC.
16.
And a spear. Wow, that is embarrassing. He thrusts and slashes to no avail. And, oh, Alexis, I'm going to do the same thing against you. Claw, slash, spear,
Yes.
thrust.
Yes.
Wow. They're disoriented, probably from the shatter still, their ears are still ringing. They seem uneasy on their feet, and that's to your advantage. They are just discombobulated, is exactly the correct word. Meanwhile, within the shadow, one of them finally stumbles out of the zone and just sees a hostile target in the form of Reed Greenbottle and does the same thing, claw and spear. Both miss. You were prepared for that possibility, seeing that the darkness was always a danger zone. He stumbles out, you bob and weave and parry the last spear throw with your bare hand. You guys are good. Kig.
Alright, I want to use my bonus action and movement to dash
fish
roll
line.
all the way over here into the darkness.
Okay.
So yeah. And then would being in darkness give me advantage over the light now? Because I've got 1 skulker as a feat, and I have
It's
Just a
magic
heads up.
darkness.
Heads up.
Dark
While it would protect you from the sun, you can't see.
I can because I have dark vision. So
You
it says-
cannot see.
It's yeah, unfortunately it's supernatural darkness. It's literally like
okay.
living shadow, not just shade. So you can't see in it, but your assumption would have been correct. The disadvantage would have been negated by the advantage, creating just a normal roll.
Okay.
So you would be at disadvantage to attack in there because you're blind.
Well, shit.
Basically, while
anyways.
while we're still
Well
learning,
said.
if you want to take that back and make a different decision, I'm fine with that.
Okay.
It's logical to assume that dark vision means you can see in darkness.
Yeah, my bad.
No, it's fine. As we learn spells and stuff, I'm fine with a little take backsies here and there.
All right. Well then, okay. I'm gonna hide. Then use my bonus action to hide. on top of the tree that I'm still on, and then I'm gonna attack the with my bow the monster right in front of Saz because I want to help out my buddy.
Make your short bow attack.
And that's gonna finally give me
That's normal attack, no disadvantage.
because no stacking. But finally, no more disadvantage.
Correct. Kig, you spent too much time playing all of the possible scenarios in your head. You saw yourself running into the shadows and murdering everything in there from the dark, and then you saw yourself leaping in to save Zaz. You saw yourself shooting the thing at Alexis, and now while you're contemplating all these things, you sort of take a casual pop shot at the guy by Zaz while you were still kind of mulling over all your options, and the moment seems to have gotten away from you. The arrow goes way wide. Do you want to take any other actions, or are you happy staying on your tree?
No, I'm happy staying on my tree.
Copy that. Alexis. Your darkness sphere seems to be holding. Everybody in there is still in there except for one guy who wandered out. You're being attacked.
I'm gonna shift over this way. That stays within the opportunity attack range, yes?
Yes, it does. That's correct.
Okay, and then I'm gonna press that spell that I asked you a question about earlier.
Mhm.
I'm gonna do it in this direction. It is 5 feet from each side, so it's gonna hit this guy, and this guy. So I don't know if you saw that.
I didn't, but
This can I work? Yes. So it's 5. So it's 5 feet from the cone, so it should hit all 3 enemies, but none of the allies. Astronaut Scorcher.
nice.
It's over here. My bad. So we're gonna press this this button here. I'm gonna cast it too.
And I get to make a dexterity save.
And I'll see.
Only the caster saved.
Damn.
And it's full damage if they don't if they fail it, and then half.
Alright. You kill the one directly in front of you, and injure the one in front of Reed, and the other one, the caster. You can't tell whether she managed to raise some kind of arcane protection shield, or whether she's just that naturally lucky, but your attack just barely seems to graze her, much to the chagrin of Jezza, who was, I think, hoping that that would take her out. Describe your attack for us. What does Agonaz's Scorcher look like?
It is a it's going to be like, I'm just kind of gonna like raise my hands up and then just kind of just throw both arms forward, and then you're going to have a line of purple kind of shadowy shadow flame. It's kind of almost eerie because you would think flame would produce light, but this is like not illuminating anything at all. So it's just fire that flies forward and scorches everything in front of it, as the name would suggest.
As the body of the one in front of him falls dead, the liquid shadow that forms this fire doesn't catch any of the foliage on fire, but as it sort of leaks into the ground, you can watch as it just leaves these sort of desiccated patches wherever the shadow flame fell. Not burning so much as killing. Leo. Or sorry, Alexis, did you want to move?
Yeah, sure. I'm gonna kind of scramble up the tree.
That's a popular tree right now. My kingdom for a fireball.
No.
All right, Leo, you're up.
Yeah, I'm gonna move
Hit the
between
tree.
these two.
I'm just kidding.
Probably like, I don't know, either walk over the tree or crawl under it, whichever. And I'm gonna move over here next to this guy, and I'm just gonna bash him upside the head with the manville.
Bash him.
Make sure not to hit the badger.
Assume that hits.
It does, absolutely.
After I hit him, a bunch of like ghostly dwarven warriors kind of just like appear around him to start like nagging at him and like clawing him and stuff. He's gonna have disadvantage on his next attack.
You won't need a next attack.
Okay, perfect.
As you stride up behind Zaz, in just classic jovial barbarian form, you just say, "Quack, quack!" Choke up and swing. Zaz has this moment to contemplate. He thinks, "Duck? Oh!" And just in time to watch the manville crush into the chest plate of this creature, taking this massive 7-foot-tall Piscine beast off of his feet, felling him on the ground. You retract the manville, and wait. He doesn't get up.
Taz doesn't need to duck.
That's true.
But
You
what
have
But what happened to
Go
the badger?
the badger flew with him, landing on the ground. Once the corpse is there, he crawls over his chest, takes one bite out of its fishy nose, and then starts playing with the chunk he pulled off.
Nice.
Cal.
Perfect. I guess I'll
What?
continue my movement on here. I think I have that amount left.
That seems fair.
Don't make fun of my child.
Zaz?
Well, that takes a load off my mind because boy was I scared of this giant thing in front of me.
Wiping a little bit of fish viscera off your face.
There aren't that many of these left. Good job, everybody. I'm going to use the action then, since I was going to try and fight that guy a second ago. I'm going to try and use Hold Person, which again, I don't know how to link my spells. That part is not going well.
If you click on the spell name
going to-
in your list of spells on your character sheet, it should link the spell.
And when I do, it says I'm trying to cast it.
There you go.
Oh, there we go. Okay, great. And I'm going to try and hold this Jinyu here.
Okay. I will make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh.
Ooh, that seems good, but I don't know what your DC is.
Let's see where I can find that.
So now I think.
Oh,
if
it's
you
just my
cast
spell
this-
save DC.
Mhm.
It's only 12, so that seems like it doesn't go very well.
It doesn't, yeah. Unfortunately, you brandish your storm shield. You watch as tethers of lightning begin to sort of enrapture him, but the brute just flexes and they shatter with almost a metallic chain breaking sound. But they just disperse into the air, leaving the faint smell of ozone.
Things aren't going well for us kobolds.
I mean, hey, listen, up until that point, this fight has gone swimmingly for me.
Because you've been
Speaking of
wandering the
swimmingly,
whole
I am going to
time.
take... Yeah, I'm going to take a free action to get on dry land.
All right. Reed, you're up. You've got the guy who wandered out of the shadow thing.
I'm going to
Did
swing
two-
at him with my sickle.
Did two people wander the shadow thing? Because another token left on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
This
he's
guy
just
here
chilling.
is
I
up,
wonder what he's doing.
waiting for his turn.
I'm,
Yep.
assuming he's out of vision, so we don't know if he's
Okay,
out of the dark.
so I look at this fish guy and I'm like, didn't I have your cousin for lunch the other day? Yeah, I had to gut him first and hit him with my sickle.
Burn.
And after that, I'm going to spend a key point, if he's not dead yet, I don't think
He
he
is not.
is,
Mm-mm.
to do 2 unarmed attacks.
Jesus.
Miss an
Monks are
hit.
ridiculous. Nice.
Nice.
You slash at his gut with the sickle, and he tries to block the second punch, and that's when you just like rising knee kick him right in his jaw. You hear something break. You're not sure whether it was cervical vertebra or just his jaw enough, but he falls to the ground with a splash and doesn't move.
Tasty. And after that action, that leaves me with 0 key points. I'm going to go ahead and move into wrong thing. Is that the wrong thing? What? Oh. Why can't I? There we go. Why I can't click on my character?
Oh.
Why?
So you have the ruler selected by chance? That's
No, I don't.
Oh,
I have the pointer selected.
Do you have the select move selected and not pan view?
I'm trying.
Try harder. There's also the possibility that you've just desynced if you.
I
quickly
think I've
approve.
desynced.
Yeah.
If you wouldn't mind moving me into the darkness to where I assume those two injured people are, and I can't take another action at this turn, but try to assess damage in my next turn.
good luck.
If you want to make a perception roll now, you can with disadvantage to try to find the injured parties.
I would like to do that then.
Okay.
Thank you.
Mhm. You're feeling around. I mean, completely blind. There's a lot of background noise, so it's really hard to like hear the shallow breathing of a person who's dying. But you're groping around in the darkness for now, and you have not found them.
Okay. Thank you. And I end my turn.
Okay. Jezza, you're up.
Okay, so this thing behind me is like a floating, like bident almost type of weapon, like a bladed trident, I'm guessing.
Yep.
Okay, and it's just kind of free floating there.
It is, yeah, like a spiritually conjured weapon.
Queen.
Okay. But it's physical, like I could reach over and grab it technically.
You could, yes.
I would
It's
like
Siri.
that. No, I don't think what I'm thinking is gonna work. I'm just gonna make a normal like in anger at this fish wizard. I'm going to just make a quarterstaff attack with Fury of the Small added on. So just roll hit.
Damn, dude, that is a hit.
Holy
Okay.
shit.
And then it will also have 4 additional damage equal to my level because the creature is larger than me.
Mm-hmm.
Love it.
As almost everything is going to be. So 13 points.
I mean, except for half this party.
You just like gut blower, just hitting her right in the solar plexus. She coughs twice, having a hard time gaining her composure again. She's having a hard time keeping the bident conjured. It like twice sort of almost blinks out of existence. You can watch like the furrow of her brow as she strains to keep it materialized, but she's still standing.
Okay, and I will then use my 1 remaining key point. I'm down to 0 now. To flurry of blows for 2 unarmed attacks.
Okay. Hit and miss. Oh dear. You strike her in the jaw, like going for that knockout punch. Her head swivels hard, but snaps right back. She's clearly had some advanced combat training. This blow wasn't enough to fell her, but the bident, trident, quintdent does completely disperse. She can no longer maintain concentration on it.
Hooray! And that was I already used my bonus action, right? Yeah, bonus action. So if I try to leave, I provoke an attack of opportunity. So I'm just gonna stand here and I'm just gonna end my turn.
Sounds good. Kel, you're up next. The tide of battle seems to be turning in your favor.
I'm going to cast Magic Missile. I'm going to start by aiming them at the caster, who is mostly dead, and then I'll see how many it takes to kill her.
Okay.
Or them.
The first one does not. The second one does. Jezza, you watch as these 2 impactful bolts of arcane energy plow into her just after your punch nearly knocked her out. They hit with the force of 3 or 4 punches each, and she just doubles over and doesn't move.
And I regain 2 hit points off of Grin Harvest.
Nice.
I do like that.
And then I fire the last one at this other fish person.
Was there some level of D&D that magic missile couldn't miss?
I think that's every edition.
Yeah,
It's at least 3rd, 4th, and 5th.
unless you fight a Trask, and then it does miss.
Right. Spell reflect is a thing. The shield spell can cause it to miss. It can't be fired through an anti-magic aura, but like meat and potatoes.
theoretically-
Yeah.
So theoretically, if Kel were to know that there was a target in the darkness, they could cast magic missile and it would hit its target.
Yes.
Okay.
That's why I attack the darkness.
That's why I just wanted to be sure. I was like, wait a minute. I thought this can't miss.
Go and attack the darkness.
Oh no, you pushed my darkness away.
Couldn't figure out how else to get the things out from underneath the damn thing.
In a brief moment of clarity, I suddenly found the 2 victims on the ground. Heal!
I believe they're right here. One of the guys stumbles out basically right into Jezza, almost stepping on the corpse of its fallen comrade. It grunts, sort of like a deep, echoey grunt, and tries to spear you and claw you, and neither are successful because you're just so wiry and dodgy. Kel, he tries the same maneuver with you, sort of like advancing like a Roman legionnaire, which is a single-armed spear thrust. Does that hit? Yeah, that hits.
Yep, that hits.
2 points of piercing damage, and he'll try to follow it up with a claw, and he is unable to. The stabbing with the spear doubled you over, and his claw went right over your head. Like reflexively, you've just saved your own life. That ends my turn. Kig, you're up.
I think I'm just gonna use my bow again.
Okay.
Well, you know what? In the spirit of my name, I want to do some sort of action with my sword. So I'm gonna just use my bonus action to dash over to Kel, right next to him. And I'm gonna use my dagger on normal.
Thank you, Try.
Is that a hit?
It is a hit.
Yeah.
Good news. If you wanted to, you get sneak attack damage. He is
just
melee
because-
with a friendly.
Yeah. You know what? Just let it go. I feel like these things are kind of weak. I don't know how to re-roll with sneak.
You can just add the 2d6. So it's like a global modifier. You can tick the box whenever you want to, or just do that. Oh my god!
Yeah.
1 and 1.
I know that's
Aren't you lucky? No?
You told me this before, so it's my fault that I forgot.
you charge in defense of your new friend Kel. As they double over from being stabbed slightly with the trident, you rush in and just furiously stick your sword to the hilt with all of your force that a kobold can muster. Sword to the hilt in this guy's chest. You pull it out. It's coated in his blood, but he is just violently opposed to the idea of dying and is going to kill the both of you if that's what it takes.
Good luck.
Alexis.
This is just well, before I do this, I have a random question. So I have this spell called Shadow Blade. Could I give that to somebody? Like, if I were to conjure it and just throw it at somebody, would that work?
Give me just one moment. I want to read it. Was it 2 words or 1 word?
It's 2 words. I'm not going to do that, but that was just more of a general question. While you're reading that, I'm gonna throw an ice knife at the farther guy.
That is a pretty cool idea, though.
This guy right there. And I press this.
If you drop the weapon or throw it, it dissipates at the end of the turn.
Yeah.
However, if you don't move, you can actually bring it back to your hand. So theoretically, I could probably give it to someone, have him attack with it, and then I would bonus action it back to my hand.
Yeah. Doesn't help that you're like the second to last person of the turn.
Right.
Yeah,
I think I'm reading that as if it leaves your hands, it just dissipates.
Okay, fair enough. I was just curious.
Ice Knife, go ahead and roll damage. That's an unfortunate split.
Hopefully he doesn't make the DC.
Which one was it?
This guy right here.
Purple?
Ah, it's the wrong one. Yeah, purple.
Okay. I need to make. I don't have a good. Haha! Sometimes you can roll an 18. So I take 4 damage.
Oh,
Actually, I guess it's 5.
5.
Right?
5.
Well, if you put his 1 piercing next to his 8 cold, it could be considered 18 as well.
I am rolling really badly with these damage rolls.
It seems like everybody's having a rough die night. Is the Ice Knife ice, or is it sharp, shadowy tendrils?
Oh no, it's straight ice.
Copy that. Do you want to move, Lev, or is it Leo's turn?
I'm gonna move.
Yeah,
You can
actually,
go have
Jensen's
fun
doing
with-
really well.
Have fun with the badger. I'm just moving toward the badger. And then I end my turn.
All right, Leo, Stronghammer.
I'm gonna run up to this guy and whack him with a manville.
Hit. That's half of his hit points in 1 strike. Oh, that's right. You don't have 2 attacks. The monks have got me thrown off. I was waiting for you to
Yeah,
and I hit him
nope,
again.
I only have 1 attack. Just one whole thing. I'm a little confused about how Ancestral Protectors works. It talks about the first person you attack, it like latches onto them. But seeing as they died, does that mean it would be the next person? I'm not actually sure what happens after the first person dies. I'm reading the description to say what happens after that.
So the first creature you hit on each attack,
Oh,
on
okay.
each turn rather, becomes the target of the warriors.
Cool. Then this guy's gonna be like
Mm-hmm.
getting nagged by some ghost boys.
Yep. So he has to basically. You've taunted him essentially.
Yeah.
Zaz.
Zaz hates doing this, but he's gonna run up and hit something with a hammer, which is his cleric given right.
Hell yeah.
Hit it.
Pretty sure I'm doing all this right when I click this button.
It is.
That doesn't look
I
right.
mean, you rolled with advantage, which I don't think you have.
I do because there's people around me. Or in combat
Yeah,
with
but
them.
it's also because you're a kobold, so this is the same thing that we were always talking about. Because of the light, it gets
Oh,
canceled out, so you have a normal attack.
Yep, you're right. Either way, it seems like a terrific miss.
It does, yeah. Glorious though. Charge valiantly into battle. Get him squarely in the hip bone with your hammer. He just looks down at you in a way that angers you, because the glare that he gives you is almost one of pity.
Cap.
In that case, Zaz thinks he's very clever every once in a while, and he's going to shift ever so slightly over here, and is going to make eyes as if, please, attack of opportunity me. Actually, except we'll get it over here so these are.
Oh, nice. And are you done?
Yep.
Read.
I'm gonna keep on searching for those victims right there.
Make a perception roll.
Good
With
rolls,
disadvantage.
please.
Because of
Oh.
darkness. Hey, that's pretty good.
16. Yay.
Your what is it? Even a blind squirrel gets a nut. You find the based on the crying and the cowerings of the young woman that the elderly person was trying to protect. You follow her arm down, and she's holding her mother or grandmother. As you make contact with her head, you can feel the bloody wound around your neck, but you also still feel a faint pulse.
I'm gonna do my best to save her. I guess there's a condition here. As a healer with a healing kit, I need to know if they're dying and I have to stabilize them, or if I'm just giving them health.
Both will be effective in them not dying. If you don't want to give them HP, then you can just stabilize them. She's in the dying condition. Or I guess in the future you'll have to make a medicine check to know that. I just gave you that one for free.
Oh. Okay. Well, thanks. You know what? I will just do my best to do some healing. So 1d6 plus 4. So 9. I heal her for 9.
You
Search some of that
staunch the bleeding. You wrap it pretty tightly, and she starts to regain consciousness, and you set her upright into her granddaughter's arms, and she seems happy to not be dead.
As she sits up, I shush her while we're one of the doctors. Stay quiet, don't move. And I prepare to step out and rejoin combat if necessary.
Okay. If you want to move, you still have movement left. If you want to leave the circle of shadow.
Consider it done.
Jezza.
Okay. Quick question for you, Try.
Go.
What's your approach on cool shit?
I tend to like it.
Okay. I turn to Leo, and I ask him, lift your hammer up real quick. And what I would like to... Can you do that for me, Leo?
Yeah.
Alright. As he's doing that, I'd like to use my quarterstaff and the momentum from him raising the manville to pole vault myself over to purple.
So you want me to do like a swinging motion?
Yeah, kinda.
What do you think this is, Monster Hunter?
I could.
Yes!
Okay, I like that.
Love it.
Here's the thing. Leo's going to make a strength check. If the strength check is high, then he's going to accurately help you in the trajectory of purple, and I'll let you basically arrive in melee of purple as your move action. However, if he doesn't muster the requisite strength, which is going to be 15 for this maneuver, then he's basically going to throw you straight up, and you'll reflex or you'll dexterity save for fall damage.
Okay.
Either way,
Can my acrobatics score affect that in any way?
It'll help you mitigate the result of him failing.
Okay.
Either way, Leo yells, "Yeet!"
Nice. That is successful. Because of the advantage while he's raging. 22 lifts you effortlessly and vaults you at like the perfect 45-degree angle, not on like a catapult.
Yeah.
You were prepared for this. You focus, you streamline to reduce drag, and you land exactly in front of that person.
Okay. What I'm kind of envisioning is as I'm going through the air for my attack, as I'm coming down on this guy, I kind of turn myself into a spin, like a horizontal one, and I bring my quarterstaff straight down on him with the momentum of the toss.
Yeah, make your attack with advantage.
Yeah.
That is a hit.
Nice.
And a kill.
Hell
Which
yeah.
makes sense, given that you became
Hell
a
yeah.
ballistic goblin.
Reed looks at this happening and goes, "It's raining goblins. Hallelujah."
Yeah, threw you 40 feet across a sunken forest. Ballistic goblin, I love it. Oh, slamming at him, just crushing his giant Piscine form beneath your tiny frame.
As I get up, I have the stick in one hand, the people from Tatooine in Star Wars, the Sand People.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just have my stick above my head, just going ah.
Tusken Raiders.
Nice.
Tusken, thank you.
That's perfect. Sand people.
And I end my turn.
All right. Kel.
I would like to point blank a ray of sickness into this last one's face.
Oh boy.
Just to-
Like how you made that like as sexually vulgar as I think that could possibly be made. That hits.
Uh,
Yeah, that's another spell that I purposely didn't take because we had a necromancer.
And I fail. So tell me how bad that gets.
I mean, you're now poisoned.
I'm also dead. If that that seems like a better condition.
What I was imagining for this is that I am just like shoving my hand down its mouth as I cast it. I'd be like,
Oh.
nobody bleeds my own blood.
Nobody makes me bleed my own blood. It roars to snap at you and bite, and you just literally reach down its gullet, and you guys watch from the outside as like its skin starts to emaciate, crack, and bleed as it dies and starts bubbling up its own insides outward in vomit.
And
Oh.
I heal 3 hit points from killing that with a necromancy spell.
Nice. The stab wound that he rendered before just closes up. You guys watch as like small trickles of red and black energy sort of knit together Kel's wound as this guy's just turning into necrotic paste before your eyes.
Excellent.
Last man standing. He peels off. He turns his back on Leo and just bolts back
Do I
to the
get
coastline.
an attack of opportunity?
Absolutely, you do.
Because I'm gonna take it.
Get it.
That is a hit. Oh no. He turns to run, and before he can get more than one step away from you, the shadow of the manville finds him.
Leo just kind of yells, "Where are you going?"
It just crushes him from the top down like this giant fish man who is huge, 300-pound, 7-foot linebacker, just accordions. Just his head is now sitting in the top of his boots under the weight and force of your blow.
Nice.
You take a moment to quickly survey the immediate surroundings. The din of combat fades. There's no more obvious threats. You've freed the old man from the log who's still trying to limp around on his broken leg, and Reed has stabilized the old woman who had her throat ripped out. A pretty well done job.
Since we are in this forest, I don't know if this is allowed. So healing kits have 10 charges. Can I like forage for any like healing herbs or supplies to restock those 2 charges in my kit?
That'd be what, a survival check?
Yeah, I think. Well, let's have you make a survival check to see if the herbs you need to replace could even be found in this area. We'll go from there.
Yeah, I don't even know if that's allowed in general, like, or
I
if
like to
just need
imagine that
buy
there's-
a new kit.
That's the intended mechanic, but I like fun stuff.
Yeah.
Survival of 18. One of the key ingredients is the herb that gets ground into the powder that you apply to the healing poultices. Could be found here. It's a green thistle reed, but you'll need a second component not found in these forests to fully replenish the charges. But if you want to gather some of that and we can come across the other component later, then you've farmed 2 charges.
I will definitely. Having seen that the combat has ended, I immediately start looking for any helpful herbs to look for those thistle herbs that I know to be here.
I think I'm gonna dissipate the darkness now.
Okay. You, with a single word, you wave your hand at the cloud, and it just rapidly swirls into a single point that returns to your hand. The darkness is gone. The people in it seem startled for a moment. Once the darkness is gone, the old woman asks if you've seen her husband.
Is it this guy over here?
She looks at him and says, "No." Almost insulted.
Okay.
Is the darkness gone?
It
It's
is.
on.
Oh, there it is.
Was it the one-armed man?
It was the one-armed man. We solved it. We solved it, boys.
Oh, he's dead.
I'm afraid he may not have made it. Man.
Well, you see, we saw him and we said, "There's nothing I could do about that."
I said there's nothing we can do about that. That is correct.
She says that his name is Eshton, and he was at the beach. She hasn't seen him since the whole thing happened. But this is the second group of creatures that have come ashore here. She thinks they're kidnapping people.
They're doing a pretty shit job at kidnapping. They just keep murdering people instead.
She says that only the first group of creatures that came through were taking. These are only killing.
Why don't you tell us all about it as we get you to town?
She is incredulous now that she's well and is like, "What more is there to tell you, boy? I've told you everything. Find my husband."
You might find him in town.
Leo's gonna suggest that we have a scouting party.
Do we want to split the party and have some people take these wounded people to town and the other half stay and look for what she's thinking about her husband? Do we want to not split
That
it
seems like a good
and
idea.
stay together? What do you guys want to do?
I want to split. I don't see the reason to help her really.
Let's split it real quick, yeah.
Since I'm already foraging for the herbs, unless I've already found them at this point, I will agree to search with the groups that stay.
Okay. Reed is leading an expeditionary force. Who is with Reed?
I'll go with him. Still pretty healthy.
Zaz is definitely going to lead the let's get people back to
Okay.
town.
Everybody, assign yourselves. You're either with Reed or you're with Zaz.
Why do I always follow you into this stuff?
I flew! That's so cute. You could change your little bar so you can actually type as Alexis, right? Or
Jezza.
as Jezza, I mean.
Yes, I do now.
Okay.
Okay, cool. I look over at Alexis. What should we do?
Well, we're not very strong,
Yeah.
but go with the
Disagree.
scouting party.
She crushed that dude.
Dexterous.
I'll go with the search party then too. I'll stay with books.
You're
Okay.
gonna leave the two little
Well,
3-foot kobolds to bring all
if
these.
it's just-
wounded
Okay,
people.
fine. I'll go with the kobolds.
Okay, I'll go with the kobolds.
I think that Leo should probably go with the kobold.
Yeah, he's got
I'll
the
go with the
cart.
kobolds.
You guys can
Yeah.
do your own little.
I'm gonna tell Kel that I'm gonna go check up on Leslie and the druid.
Okay.
Who's being eaten by caterpillars.
The wandering little badger, still squeaking its creature nose, looks like he's having a hard time making a decision. He keeps looking at Kel longingly, but then also back at Leo like he's not sure where he's supposed to go.
Oh, he's
Aw.
coming with me.
Okay.
Can be on my shoulder.
Owner's
Aw.
rights.
That's so adorable.
All right. Southern group is going to take folks back to the village. Northern group is going to try to scout for this poor woman's husband and see what's what. I need the southern group to make a stealth check, not for intention. I need one person to man it for the group, just kind of doing your best to keep a low profile
I will.
in the woods. Okay. Excellent. You're doing your best to, not do any of the classic noise-making endeavors. You're still treating this like a combat zone. You managed to get them safely without drawing anyone's attention back to the village, which is still just in shambles. There are people openly dying in the streets still. They are thrilled that you've returned with these people, but many more are asking, have you seen my so-and-so? My brother? Where's my sister? Oh my god, have you saved Alexandra? Just so many people are putting all of their hopes in, they're looking for you to have this empathetic response that you're going to somehow revive or save their loved ones. It's an enormous burden to bear. Northern team, I need someone to helm a perception roll, or excuse me, an investigation roll, as you guys look around the forest, both for herb and for wayward husbands.
Probably gonna be me.
I have a +0 in investigation, so
I have a
plus
plus
one
six.
investigation.
California.
Yeah, I suggest we let Kel do that.
yeah.
Ooh, look at that.
Yep. Kel is able to find many of the herbs that you need for your healer kit. You can put 2 charges worth of thistle in your bag. And while you guys are roaming the shoreline looking for her lost husband, who she said was at the beach before the wave hit, you come across one of the broader coves here. It's like a secluded area where young Swinford teens, go to canoodle. But instead of canoodling teenagers, you find a group of these Piscine creatures that have several humans bound and shackled and fettered in this large circle of rotating electrical energy.
Sounds like they've been
One-
canoodled.
they have been canoodled. One more is being held captive between 2 of them while they are like opening his mouth. It looks like, to the uninitiated, it looks like they're counting his teeth. And 2 more villagers that you recognize from the festival have been lined up against a tree stump while these guys take aim with longbows, preparing to execute. South of that, just at the beach line, you watch one of the casters that you've dealt with before loading a wagon. And once it's full, she whistles. The sound itself is like so low, it's almost like subaudible. You feel it more than you hear it. But once it's done resonating, this massive chitinous creature comes walking out of the tide and starts attaching itself to the wagon. It's huge. It's got to be 12 foot tall at the shoulder. It looks like a giant crab, except its mouth is full of these writhing spiked tentacles, and its pincers have jagged spines all along them.
How big is the group? Okay, they're far. They're too far away. Damn.
Canoodle.
I know I'm not there, but I'm intrigued by what I'm seeing.
Well, you should have. Wait,
I thought you were there.
you're here.
I
Oh,
thought
boy.
that was the South group.
Well, this is the North group.
This is the North group.
Oh,
This is the
Okay.
North group.
all right. I'm here, and I'm intrigued by what I'm seeing.
Excellent RP.
Oops.
What is this patch of strange sand here?
Reed, interesting. Make a nature check. Are you proficient in nature?
No, I'm not.
Is anybody here proficient in nature?
I have a
Well,
+4.
I have a +1.
Those are both better than what I have.
Whoa.
After you point it out to Kel, they take a look at it and muse that it looks an awful lot like quicksand.
Perhaps we should avoid.
Or perhaps we may lure.
While we're in this currently non-engaged state, can I take an action to recharge my key?
With your belt?
Yes.
Sure.
Yay! What was it again? It is 1d4 plus 1. So 3. Thank you.
3 key points.
I am that count. Which ones are lining up to shoot?
These 2 guys over here by the log. And these
There's
are
a
the,
log?
These are the red and the blue are the executioners.
Got it.
What if?
Oh, we're right there. Okay.
What if I just spout a bunch of darkness right on top of its face? That sounds like a fun thing to do. Just poof. They can't see.
Poof! They can't see.
Okay, so if I were to do darkness from out here, would they know the origin of where it came from?
Someone with arcane training might be able to identify the spell. Oh, you're saying like could they see you?
Like
It
if I were
depends.
like if we are hidden over here
Mm-hmm.
and I use darkness, would that initiate combat?
Does the darkness spell have a verbal component?
I don't know. Good question. Good question. Good question. It does. It does.
Then I think that they would at least get a perception roll.
Well, what if I whispered it?
Then you could only cast darkness on yourself.
Do they have to hear it to be able to get hit by the spell? I don't think that's how that works.
I just like the idea of that. You must project.
I think I'll just do that. I think I'll just cast darkness on these two people right here. But I'm gonna do something before I do that.
Well-
There's this thing called a stealth check, and by that I mean go into stealth.
Wait, still.
Haha!
The stealth sound from WoW. Thank you for that.
That's not how it goes.
All right. So on the blue and the red creatures, you want to cast darkness.
I do indeed, yes. That way they can't fire. And then I'll let you guys figure out what the downfall of that is.
I guess we should roll initiative.
I was gonna say,
or
I think that's the best way to proceed.
make sure.
If I am in stealth, am I initiative or am I still out of combat?
No, you roll initiative.
Damn. Okay,
We'll need to know when you act.
that's fair.
For the sake, oh, you guys are on a different map, so you can't even roll at this initiative. All right.
Man, this darkness spell is becoming really, really useful to save people's lives.
It has been. Reed, you're the first person to react. You watch as Alexis reaches out and conjures that hemisphere of living shadow again, blinding the creatures. You can already hear like the call to arms and alarm in the camp once this hemisphere appears. The two people that were about to be executed just stare at each other like they have no idea what's going on. Some of them are even looking over their shoulder, considering whether or not they can make a run for it. What would you like to do in this moment of confusion and disarray?
While people are confused and obviously distracted, I'm going to take my action and bonus action to go double the spaces, and stealthily move as close to these guys as possible. The direction I was thinking about going was over here, but is there anything that blocks me from moving that, or do I have to like sneak around the
No,
rock? And
no,
do
well,
something fancy?
you'd move around it, yeah.
Okay, I want to go. I forgot to switch the click then. I'm going to go ahead and move over here then, and I'll roll stealth.
Okay.
Taking event distraction. Move, bonus action move. Ugh.
I mean, you are very confident in your ability to remain unseen. We'll see how well that works out for you. Do you have any other actions you want to take?
I had to use a bonus action to move, so
Okay.
I don't think so. I think I need to just stop.
Sure. Jezza, the
Okay.
initiative is yours.
Okay. Oh, I am muted. Okay. I'm gonna roll stealth because I want to make my way over to behind this log where these two individuals are.
Mhm.
I want to do that quietly and carefully. That's a terrible roll, but I'd like to use the small knife I have on my possession to try and cut their bonds and like tap them gently and be like, head to the town.
Okay.
Make your way to town.
As you're cutting through the bindings of the first one, the fatter, portlier one to his left looks over. Oh, it's a little goblin. And he's like, for a moment, he's like writhing, almost freaked out. What do you mean it's a goblin? Yeah, look, a little goblin girl. And he doesn't believe his friend until he turns around and he's face to face with you, and you watch like this moment where there's like a reckoning within him. You can see a lifetime of racism sort of fade away, and all he can say is thank you before just running off into the underbrush.
Okay. As they go away, I turn around and mutter, "Oh, it's a push dickhead." Ugh.
What?
Oh, don't worry, I understand.
I think I heard it too, but I'm just like, okay.
Please type what you said, because what you said, what I heard you say is not something I think I would ever expect to hear you say.
I heard posh dickhead, to be honest with you.
That's what I
That's
thought.
exactly what I said.
Okay, that's fine. That's great. That's not what I heard.
I would like to know what you heard. I would like to know what you heard.
I won't, because I don't want to offend anybody,
Because of
but
Twitch.
it started with push.
Nope. All right, I'm gonna end my turn, and we're gonna go from there.
All right, Kel, you watch as Jezza goes in under the cover of confusion and snips the bindings of these guys and sets them loose.
Oh, I have a wonderful idea.
Oh no.
Oh, yes. Can I see the Chul from where I am?
You can.
I'm gonna cast Crown of Madness on the Chul.
Can
Can you roll a wisdom saving throw for me?
I can, although I wonder how successful that's going to be. Oh, they actually have an 11, so it's not like it's nothing. It is a 5.
That is not
Nice.
bad.
is that not good?
No, that's not good. I'm sorry.
Or is it really good?
Well, I mean, it depends on whose side you're on, I suppose.
It's probably
I'm
good
on
for
the
me.
side of chaos.
And that's it. I don't have anything else that I really want to do from here.
Whoops.
Do you want to move closer?
Oh, fuck no.
Yeah, certainly not now.
I don't quite know what Crowd of Madness does, but I'm going to assume that by putting it on the big scary monster, we do not want to go closer to it.
Yeah, probably not.
Alexis, it's your turn.
Give me a second. So when I was laughing, I hit the table and it shook the computer and it restarted.
Do you want us to skip you and come back in a couple minutes? Or do you want to just tell me what you want to do and we'll figure something out?
Well, I want to sneak closer to things, but I can't see the map. So.
Okay. I'm
'Cause
putting
I'm
you
sti-
somewhere where
'cause
I
I'm
think
still in
is
stealth, I
super
think.
sneaky. Yeah.
Okay. Then I do that, and then I don't do anything right now because I'm trying to figure this out.
Try.
Wow. Wow.
Wait, did you put me in the darkness?
No.
No.
Hold on. Hold on. I can see now. I can see now. Oh, that's not how that works.
Bad try. Bad DM.
I've moved you now, like, south and inland a little bit from where Jezza is, sort of hiding
Alright.
behind the big palm frond.
Perfect. Thank you.
Mhm.
That's it.
No action.
No action.
Got it. Fish people walk out of the darkness and see, unfortunately, without even having to roll perception, passive perception sees Jezza,
Oh, dang it.
and they will make ranged spear attacks against her. As they bring these massive tridents to bear, They fire, and the two outward prongs shoot out of the trident like projectiles. Both miss, and the second one fires his. I think only one hit out of 4 attacks for 2 points of piercing damage. So take that.
Little cut across my upper shoulder blade as I'm hiding behind this log.
As you like dodge and deflect the first 3 and take a glancing blow from the 4th. All right, the other 2, trying to see what's going on, will move into position here to. Actually, they're gonna stay where they are, and the caster takes 2 steps forward and will cast on Jezza using Guiding Bolt. Does a 14 hit? No, it misses, right?
Nope, it's 17.
And then the Chul attacks. Is it just nearest, or do you pick? I don't remember.
It takes a melee attack against nearest, essentially, but it doesn't have to. If it's nothing nearby, then it can't do anything, and it just does it what I would normally do.
Melee attack against a creature other than itself that you mentally choose. The other target cannot act on its.
Yeah, but before it moves, so it can't move and then attack.
Yeah, and I can't like attack while it's moving, which kind of sucks.
A little bit. And then I will save at the end of each turn.
Yes.
Well,
Nope.
he's still very mad.
Gonna move it all?
Yep. Move towards the caster.
Is it still hitched up to the wagon?
No, it voluntarily like extends these sort of, I don't want to call them fleshy bits, but harness adapters, we'll call them.
Yeah,
it's a part of
like
their biology.
extra legs.
Yes, and it's not currently. It's released those grasping legs.
Thought it was just dragging this wagon around everywhere it went.
That would be kind of fun, though. No, docking clamps are removed. All right, I'm going to jump to the other group for 1 second. Let's see what you guys are doing. So you guys made it back to the town. People were glad to see you, but also upset that you hadn't fully recovered all the people that were missing. While you are in town, there's another, like, in a day full of violent screaming and horrible news that seems to happen, the town people are upset. You had moved all the way to the south of town to check on Petrichor and the wagon, and you hear a ruckus back at the center of town. As you guys move back to examine what could possibly be going wrong now, you look and find a massive, looks like a giant lobster, 12 feet tall, tentacles hanging out of its mouth, spines, claws, the whole 9 yards. It's been wounded. It's missing chunks out of its carapace. It's got one eye blinded. And it seems to just be running around destroying everything it can find. It's crushing buildings. You watch in horror as it snaps up one person in its pincers and just cuts them in half. But there's seemingly no rhyme or reason to its actions. I don't know how I can run a split initiative. So if it's cool with you guys, we'll just go in alphabetical order for your combat. Does that work for you guys?
Sure.
Yeah.
Me and my Z names.
Yeah, I guess that isn't actually super helpful to you.
No, it's
There's
Okay.
only 3 of us, so.
I guess Kig, Leo, and Zaz. So Kig, you react first. Can you see the creature?
Oh yeah, 100%. Can I see? I thought you were asking my character. I was like, I don't know. You tell me, John.
It's awfully
Yeah,
bright.
I
The
know.
turn order has changed, by the way. I don't see it.
Yeah, at all.
Yeah.
All the names.
It won't, because I can't have 2 initiatives up, because you're both like, I have people on 2 different screens, basically.
Okay.
My only hope is that when I go back to the other group with that thing, that they'll still see their initiative untarnished.
Hopefully. All right,
Oh,
Kid,
and
what are you doing?
I think the
Currently
sword.
sneezing. Sorry.
You're good.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, we're just. From my assumption, we're just gonna attack this thing, right? Because it's just going around. If we walk into it, it's just gonna encounter us anyways. So I'm just gonna shoot it with my bow.
Found this song, and for some reason, it reminded me of Lev.
I love it. What am I doing? Where's my second page? Sorry. All right.
Short bow's with disadvantage, unfortunately, because there's nobody in melee with it.
Yet.
That should be a disadvantage.
Oh, it hits.
Cool.
That's a great short bow shot. You fire right into the center of its mass. You can hear like a loud lobster shell cracking sound as the bow shot pierces its carapace. It doesn't seem to have any reaction to it at all, though. Like that thick kind of brownish goo is just seeping out of the wound, but it has made no outward evidence that it is taking damage or is in any kind of pain.
Okay. Can I then move on to the top of this house, or not
Okay.
even on the top, but behind it into this space, like right here, in
Sure.
between these two, and then I'll end my turn from there.
Cover. Okay.
Yeah.
Leo, you're up.
I'm gonna rage,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna charge him and hit him with the manville, and I'm gonna do a reckless attack with that as well.
Okay. Advantage.
How do I do? Is there a way to do double advantage?
No such thing. Yeah.
Okay,
It's
so-
like a binary state. You either have it or you don't.
Okay. So never mind. I'm not gonna reckless attack then, since I already have that from raging.
Raging doesn't give you advantage on attack rolls.
Oh, it does not.
It does not. No.
Okay.
Reckless attack does.
Okay. So
Reckless with a 16 hits.
cool.
I'm just glad
And-
you went reckless.
My ghosty boys are gonna be nagging at him.
Look at you, little fucked up lobster mouth. All right.
Look at this dang old monster thing, man. Can't even like
Dang old.
can't even do anything right.
Get out of here with it. All right. Zaz, you're up.
Same thing as before. Zaz is very confidently going to slip around to the back and get ready to hit him with lightning.
Okay.
Actually, we're going to slip to here, though, so that I don't accidentally also fry my new dwarf
Seems
friend.
Please don't. It will hurt.
And then I'm going to cast a Thunder Wave. Nope, but that one didn't. I'm still trying to figure out how these names work. Because I wanted to post this. God, stop!
Wow.
So
Oh,
I'm
jeez.
gonna look at your character sheet. I think
I feel like I should have just been able to click the word Thunder Wave and it would have posted the spell, but instead it did the roll. And now my character sheet is haunted.
yeah, that's weird. So like in my experience, there's like a chat bubble sometimes that will let you click on
Right,
the
yeah.
chat bubble and link the spell. But it is weird that your Thunder Wave does not do that.
And I have all of the chat bubbles and stuff on the front,
For the
but
record,
not on the
for the record, I don't have that either. I can't link any of my spells. I've tried to do that before.
After this
Hmm.
game session, let's talk with because Feisty I think doesn't have a problem linking the spells. So let's figure out what he's doing right that you're doing wrong, or what you're doing different that he's not. Because
Yeah, sure.
I mean, it shouldn't be game breaking, but that is it's odd
It's just
and
a helpful
frustrating.
thing.
Yeah. All right. So I'm making a con save, which I think I did pretty well.
Yeah, you did.
So I take half damage.
Yes.
No dwarven fatality. You thunderwave right into him. Does the movement only happen if I fail, or does it happen regardless? Because there's a knockback, right?
He is not pushed,
Yeah, too big.
but like all of these like tables and doors and stuff
It's a
are.
great way to clean up after a party.
Okay, that didn't do. Oh, sorry. That 2 is the damage, which feels really freaking good.
Oh,
I was like, what's that tiny number? That can't be a good number.
Poof.
So I guess he's gonna take 1.
Are you already cast it though? You did 12 damage.
Yeah, sorry. I clicked it the second time because I was trying to do a damage roll because I didn't see
Oh, I
that
see.
2 there was the damage
Mhm.
roll.
So we're comfortable, I think, taking the 12 thunder that you rolled initially.
I was gonna say 12.
Half of
Wait, how many times did I click
3.
this thing?
you clicked it once.
Boy.
I clicked it once. You clicked it twice.
yeah, so it was 12 damage, not 2.
Correct.
Divided by
marking it
2.
as- I'm making it down to 6 damage taken. Yeah.
Nice. That's way
Perfect.
better.
We'll split the difference.
It after being thunder waved, its tentacles all begin to sort of work like little wavy fingers. But as soon as the thunder wave happens, they all just whip around and point like a pointer dog, straight rigid arrows all at Zaz. The Chul slowly turns its whole body to face you, and will pincer and try to tentacle you, starting with the pincer claw.
It does have disadvantage, I believe.
Oh, 8 misses. As it goes to swipe, and you just grab its thick lobster tail. I'm not done with you yet. It tries to snap at Zaz last minute and can't, but its mouth tentacles will attempt to grapple you also. Oh, what is happening? Oh, I make 2 pincer attacks. I see. I clicked the wrong thing. With disadvantage. Nice. Fubarius's ghosts, or excuse me, Leo's ghosts seem to be haunting it to such a degree that it can't grit you. It really wanted to eat you. It seems to be attracted to the magic.
Try and get me! Try and get me!
All right, we're gonna go back to the other group and see how badly I've screwed this up.
I believe in you.
Looks good.
There's a turn order.
Sweet. All right, it's Reed's turn.
Excellent. Being the stealthy little fucker I am, I'm going to continue to move stealthily, and I'm going to come up and position myself right behind this guy. Yeah. And I'm going to attack, regardless of stealth success or not.
Yeah, so I just want to take one quick second and talk about stealth. Making a stealth check every round in combat is both probably impossible and also kind of largely unnecessary, especially for non-rogue classes. Think of it this way: like once you take a step into an open field, there's no stealthing anymore. You don't walk out onto a football field, paintball gun somebody in the head, and then I hide. That's not a thing that happens.
Okay.
Stealth is more like to preemptively set up a situation where you're attacking from a position of being hidden. But once you begin combat like this in the open, the enemy will likely always be aware of your presence.
So if I was where I was here, I would still not be seen?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. Got it. And, okay, I'm just not aware.
No, that's why I wanted to take a minute to just talk about it.
Well, thank you.
Like once you make an attack, the enemy will likely, then you're a known quantity. Once you join combat, stealth without a significant class feature or a really good distraction isn't a thing you're gonna re-roll every turn. If that makes sense.
Yes, it does. Going to keep. Well, in that case, I'm just going to keep remaining out of sight and just move a little bit closer so he's within range of my Radiant Sunbolt. Going to focus. My hand's going to glow a little bit, and I'm going to extend my hand and cast Radiant Sunbolt.
I'll give you advantage on the first attack roll.
Awesome, thank you. A beam of light streaks forth from my hand.
Nice, that's a hit.
And going to spend one more key point to do my 2 additionals.
Okay,
And that's without advantage for those 2, right?
correct.
Okay.
Both are hits. Good Sunbolt.
Boom.
My hand continues to glow as I strike 2 more times, thrusting my fists outward, expelling a light-based projectile, dissipating into this guy.
Nice. In quick succession, all 3 hit. Boom, boom, boom. Everybody's looking for where it came. This guy's dead. The 3 strikes were enough to end his life before he even had a chance to look in the direction of where it was coming from. Jezza, you watch one of them fall over dead. The 2 in front of you got your number, and the caster is trying to draw a bead on you. And you see the lumbering Chul moving vaguely towards your direction. What do you want to do? That seems good. I think an 11 probably.
I'm muted. Fuck. Can I see through the darkness?
No.
Okay, so I can't see that guy drop down because of where I am.
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna move up to here. Does that count as me being in, or would I have to be like right here?
So, strictly speaking, yes. If you touch any part of the square that's covered by his thing, you're in the darkness.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair. Alright, so I'm just gonna move up. I'm just gonna make a quick leap over that log and position myself north out of line of sight of the sorcerer. And I'm gonna make a quarterstaff attack on this guy.
Damn.
Oh. That's a
Jezza's having
crit.
a good game. Yeah.
And 14.
15 points of damage. Takes him to exactly 0.
Hey!
Oh man.
So you just sneak right up behind him, crack him in the side of the head, sort of golf club swing style. He lands dead. You see shallow breaths. He might still be alive, but he's certainly unconscious.
I just
We need
kind
to
of
pass
like
out some stickers for every kill we get.
I just kind of look at my staff again and like I give it like a quick tap, and I just kind of look at the guy. That's I start eyeing red, and then I end my turn.
Nice. All right, Kel.
Well, I'm going to use my action to maintain the Crown of Madness on the Chul,
Okay.
hoping this will end the way that I want it to. And for shits and giggles, I throw out the last furry ball from the bag of tricks towards the red fish person near Jezza.
Okay.
What about the one you already have with you?
That one can't really do much and can't really run very fast. It's just
Okay.
hanging out with me.
You monster.
I don't know.
That's a dire wolf.
Dire wolves are good. 1 second, I gotta reload the game.
So-
Damn it, all dial.
So what happens if your bag of tricks runs out? Do you have to get another one?
No, it's just that's the last charge for the day, and then it refills tomorrow.
Okay.
It's just like a weird spell.
Oh,
That I
thank
can use
you,
on
this
bonus actions.
becomes an adult. Because tricks are for kids.
Get out.
I just want to say that I was laughing at that. I was just muted.
Sorry, guys. 1 second, bear with me.
Hey, no worries.
I hate it when the compendium freezes, because then I have no recourse but to reset the game. A dire wolf, you say?
Oh shit.
He's a biggin. And he'll bite, yes?
Oh yes.
That is a hit.
So,
Also, it needs to make a strength check.
8 points of damage, and we're gonna roll strength here. and it fails.
And it's knocked
It's-
prone.
It's knocked prone by the direwolf as it thrashes and ravages it, knocking it completely off of its feet.
Oh,
That's
Jesus
scary
Christ.
as fuck.
That's terrifying.
Oh, I'm definitely gonna ride that.
Did you
when
pick?
we're done.
Did you pick a direwolf picture that looks like it's almost on the beach?
Of course I did. Obviously, you guys deserve that.
Nice.
That's
Extra mile.
beach?
No, I get it's frost, but what the token looks like, it looks like it's like right next to the ocean.
It's a little bit of a rolling wave scene, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Alexis, it's your turn.
Okay. Let's see space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I can go here. Yo. And I'm gonna throw some magic of some sort. I just lost my magics. Where'd it go? Where did they go?
You ain't got no magic, Corbin?
Nope, unfortunate. Wow, I really don't have any magic, do I? Oh, that's spooky. I guess I got cantrips now. Well, I'm gonna throw out a ray of frost at the person, the caster person, so they won't run away from the big scary monster as fast. So I'm gonna do this. I miss.
You're good at this. I do this.
What?
I miss.
What if instead I'm hitting the ground underneath it? Because that's only 5, right?
I'll let you roll damage on the grass, yeah.
Okay, I'm back.
Yeah. But would it cost a slowing effect to everything around it?
It'll cause the grass to grow slower, absolutely.
Just kidding. I'm done.
Alright.
You damn grass, get off my lawn!
Wait, if I'm still in stealth, shouldn't I roll that with what's advantage? Fuck, I did roll it twice. Ignore me. Keep going.
Thanks. Yeah, I like Megatrix quite a bit too, Feisty. It's always fun. It's like lottery, like because sometimes it's just a pet, but sometimes it's like the Pokeball that contains the direwolf, and that's just
I'd love for us to figure out a way for me to be able to like move those things around though, so I'm not having you do it for me.
The only way that I can think to do it is to make all 8 possibilities character sheets that I assign to you, and then we would drag them in as characters each time. I just haven't had the chance to build that yet. I think it's possible. I just haven't had the time. Sorry.
I'll talk to you later because I've done something like this before for a different Roll20 game. So
Okay. Yeah, sure. The creature that's grappled by the direwolf attempts to fight it, making 2 spear attacks. The first one hits with disadvantage.
it's
and
not
the
grappled;
second-
it's just knocked prone.
Oh, I thought it was. Oh, you're right. It is just prone. Well, in either event, a hit and a crit.
Okay.
The critical strike hits for 11, and the hit does 7, total of 18 damage. From his 37 hit points, he's now at 19. Fucking direwolves. Oh, man. Alright, the other creature that was beside his buddy who just perished turns around to where he saw bolts of light, sees Reed Greenbottle in the bushes, and tries to fire one of his trident bolts at you.
Interesting.
Does a 16 hit?
How do I tell that?
It doesn't. So your AC is 15. It's the number in the red bubble.
Oh,
It's
it's
also
armor
on your
class.
character sheet is armor class. Yeah. Sorry,
Okay.
AC is shorthand for armor class.
Right. Okay. So.
And
15.
but you have +2 because you're in cover. You're in that dense
Oh.
foliage there, so your AC is effectively 17 against the attack, so it misses.
Got it. Thank you.
And now the moment we've all been waiting for.
Excellent.
The
I
jeweled
assume it's
creature.
yeah, it's gonna multi-attack against it, right?
It sure is. Only one of the pincers hits, but it should hit like a truck. Yeah. 11
Nice.
points, and it's grappled.
And that means it gets to use its tentacle, right?
Yep.
Yes.
I have no idea what's happening, but I'm so so into this.
Unfortunately, the caster that is now pierced and impaled on the creature's claws, the tentacles wrap out of its mouth and start like gently sort of stroking the open wounds on her face and neck, and you watch as her whole body just goes rigid, like full-blown complete body paralysis, sort of like like one of those fishy neurotoxins. Just her eyes are open and you can see terror in the visage because she knows what's happening, but she literally cannot move.
That is goddamn terrifying.
All right, we're gonna go bounce to the other group.
I'll take the dire wolf over that thing any day.
Oh snap!
All right, kids. It is Kig's turn, I think.
I believe it is. Cool. So can I use my bonus action to hide? And I want to climb up on this roof. Do I have to roll for stealth?
If you want to stay out of line of sight, then yes. If you're going to get up on the roof where the creature can see you, then there's no need to roll stealth.
Okay. Then yeah, I'm just gonna go up on the roof.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna shoot him with my bow. Normally. But
I'm going to start calling you Kig Shortbow.
I know it's
Ridiculous.
It's getting ridiculous, but
It's false advertisement.
I haven't even seen your sword.
These things are huge. I'm not gonna go up on these things. I don't know. Like, Saz is crazy.
How can something so big hit something so little? That's just science.
Oof.
Oof.
Alright.
Oof is right. The 9 misses, unfortunately. You try to fire again right at its thick skull, and the chitin there is so dense that it literally just ricochets the arrow. Leo, you're up.
Manville.
Jesus.
That'll do, pig. That'll do.
All I'm gonna say is I'm the most useless character in this goddamn party.
That's not true. Leslie the mule hasn't done anything yet.
It's true. Leslie hasn't done shit.
Zaz, you're up.
The fact that I'm being compared to the mule is telling.
You
Hey,
disarmed 2 separate situations just with darkness. You basically have so far saved 4 people.
Sure. I mean,
Yeah,
fair.
your darkness spell has been like clutch.
So you
Yeah,
haven't
I
been
killed a bunch of people.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying, like, you burn your spell slots on, defensive utility spells, and you save the day, which is huge. But then you don't get to be,
Anything
massive
else.
damage dealer of Shadow God Destruction. That's true.
Fair enough.
All right, Zaz, Leo just cracked
Yep.
into this thing super hard. He's broken one of its legs completely free of the body. It's looking really haggard, but it still seems like feverishly obsessed with you. Its tentacles stretching as far as they can, trying to reach you.
Yep, I'm gonna keep that weird magic talk going with seriously my last spell. I need to take a short rest at some point. One last thunder wave. Here we go. Last thunder wave magic.
Thunder wave!
Gosh dang it.
It's alright. I won't make my con save this time. Damn it.
John, you promised.
You shocked into it.
As my bonus move, I'm going to shuffle up forward because now I'm tanking this thing.
Fearlessly, you stride into it after the shockwave fails to knock it back or do a ton of damage to it. You severed one of the small tentacles that got too close to where the thunder wave detonated, but its massive form is just seems to be resistant to the force. That's everybody in this group. Let's go back to the other group.
And I shouldn't say this, but I'm going to double check. Is it going to attack back?
Oh no, definitely not.
Oh, you're right.
Gotta keep everybody on it.
Oh, how silly of me. Right.
So it will multi-attack. It does have disadvantage for attacking you because of the rage ghosts. So here we go. Ooh,
Oh no.
that
Oh,
is
boy.
very nice because that rather than toggle advantage, I'm just rolling twice. So my rolls were a 26 and a 9 on the attack, and with disadvantage, I have to take the lesser of those 2. So that feels good.
Oh,
Yeah, you just got saved a crit
Woo! You're welcome.
Yeah.
and a nat fail.
Damn it.
The ghosty boys are currently doing Gangnam Style around this
They
thing.
really are. Gangnam style.
Just like
Yeah.
really taunting it.
They really are. They're putting in work. You are maybe truly blessed by the Storm God. Because you were honest. That's what it is, though. It's because you were honest about the turn order.
oh.
Not like any of these other cheaters.
I was about to make
Hold
a
on.
comment about
How have I cheated the turn order?
mentioning homework to teacher that she forgot. But good job.
Dex, are you back? I know you had to step away. Okay, he had to bio real quick. I know that we're running short on time and I'm trying to wrap this up, so I'm going to take his turn for him. He told me that he was going to move to the baddie and make an unarmed strike. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to assume that the nearest baddie is the baddie he meant. We're going to punch that dude right in his dick. And it worked.
Dick punch.
We're going to key point and make 2 more. Hit them. Reed rushes in, pummels this guy with a flurry of blows. He's just so big and slow he can't keep up. He's got him on the ropes, but one more round, probably until he drops him. Shrug is correct. Jessa, you react next.
The direwolf has its own turn separate from the crab monster.
Yeah, the direwolf will act, I think, technically right after Kel, but basically
On my turn.
Kel's turn, yeah.
Okay, and the group of civilians in the you said there's like an electric magical binding around them?
There is, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I would like to run up to the binding. So I'm right outside it. What would I roll here to see what I'm looking at? Like, is there like a ring in the sand or?
So there is a polished metallic ring laying flat on the sand, and that seems to be radiating up these rings of electrical force that are they charge and raise open, often enough that it's doubtful a person could safely navigate through them. And there is a control panel on it, but there's no discernible language that you recognize, and none of the symbols seem to make much sense to you. You can attempt an Arcana check.
No,
Try to make hide or hair out of it, but without being proficient, I would make you do it at disadvantage.
Could I try using my quarterstaff to lev like the ring up and like tilt it and turn it off, or do you think that would be a bad idea?
It's like think of it as a column of energy. If you tip the base, you might be moving the wall into people.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay. So that was what? That was 30. Okay. Where's the control panel exactly? Is it like on the south side or?
Yeah. This side facing the ocean.
Okay. I'm gonna move over to the control panel. I'm gonna hit it with my stick.
Nice. Make an attack roll.
Ooh.
That's not good.
Oof.
Yeah, you strike at it with all of your force, but you hit like the thick, polished, banded steel next to the panel, and it doesn't really crack your staff, but it gave you like that shudder all the way up your whole body, that deep, intense vibration. That made you
God, I know that
want to
feeling.
do it again. Yeah.
I've done that before. I know that feeling. Oh, I hate that.
Do you want to use any more movement, or are you going to stay there for now?
I'm gonna shake out the vibrations and end my turn.
All right. Kel, you and Direwolf.
Direwolf is going to attack the fish person again. Also, can you show the health bar of the direwolf just so I can see it?
That I can do.
Cool, thanks.
Oh, it's a health. Oh no.
Damn this wolf. Yeah, he's dead.
Okay.
That is one dead fish person. The
Ah.
direwolf savages it one more time. Once the body goes limp, he like muzzles it once or twice more, and then just steps on it with a crush as he moves on to the next thing.
And I'm gonna tell the direwolf to move not next to, but between the Chul and Alexis, or just like right around here. I don't know if you
Okay.
can see with the arrows.
I can, yeah. It steps in the intervening space and just paces, moving south and north with its heckles up, waiting
I'm
for
back.
the next thing.
And I use my action to maintain the Crown of Madness on the Chul.
Alexis, your turn.
Okie dokie, artichoke. So I'm gonna do this on the big dude.
On the Chul.
On the Chul, yes. What the hell?
Whoa.
Well, I tried to click to see what happened. It didn't give me a description. It gave me some random script.
MF3U.
Oh my god.
Nice.
Alright.
But is it a hit roll or a save? I can't tell what I'm looking at. Is that damage or the attack roll?
The first one is to hit. The second one is the damage.
And is there any damage on a miss?
Oh god. No.
Unfortunately,
But I also twin spelled it on the other guy.
oh, on the priestess.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Do they both miss?
No, it hits the Chul's armor and sort of just rolls off of it with this weird sort of shiny opalescence, having no effect on him whatsoever. As it impacts into the Piscine priestess, her body explodes between the pressure being exerted on it by the pincer claws and then the massive interruption of multi-elemental type chromatic orb damage. She just literally explodes, bits and pieces everywhere, kind of thing.
Oh, fantastic. So I hit one thing.
You did.
Where's my sorcery points?
All right.
So would that mean? So if it's a level 1 spell, that just means I used one slot, right?
Correct. One
Thank you.
sorcery point. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
The Reed, you charged in, triple punched the pinky guy. He is going to try to stab you back. Spear and claw, as is their way. It's a miss, and a claw is also a miss. Woo! I'm having a hard time hitting the monks.
I definitely anticipate his attacks and dodge the blows.
And apparently, very much so.
I mean,
The
sorry, go ahead.
the Chul has no target, so it's going to move towards the direwolf and then make it save. And I bet a 13 is still a fail. I would guess it's got to be at least a 15.
Cal.
What?
Oh, and the spell DC is 14. So I still fail, but he remains madness crowned.
Yes.
We're going back to the other group.
Does it make 2 claw attacks or just 1?
It made no claw attacks. There was nobody in melee on its turn. The priestess was dead.
Oh, okay.
I made it explode.
Nice.
All right, Kig Shortbow, you're up.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't see a reason to get in close. Like, yeah, I'm called Kig Sword, but I mean, I've never dealt with a monster this big before.
Nobody calls you that.
I call you the dagger, actually. So you're like Kick Dagger to me.
Perhaps you know me by another name.
I
No,
just
that almost
assume
sounds
Kick
like-
Sword is now
Everyone
like an
calls me
ironic
that.
name, like little Timmy, and he's like a 6 foot tall guy.
Hmm.
It's called Kick Sword because
That
crossbow.
hits.
That does hit.
Boom.
15 point. You've shot it in its other eye. It has several other like larger compound eyes up its skull, but this causes it to writhe in pain. It's the first sign that it's a living, thinking creature. But it is in not a good way. Leo.
Probably just gonna manville it to be working.
Yeah. I mean, if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Mandible seems to be working better than my lightning.
That's a hit. 9 points takes it critically low. You start hammering away at the core of it, at the shoulder joint where one of the major pincers joins its, body, like I'm not sure what to call that, the center of its thorax. You just hammer away at the thick chitinous armor until the whole segment, about 2 feet wide, literally shirks off, exposing this bulging, pulsing, pussy area. It's quite disgusting, but you're sure that if you're allowed one more strike, you can kill him.
I'm gonna yell at the priest kobold and be like, "Hey, hammer that thing right there."
Zaz, it's your turn.
Zaz is going to look at his tiny little pathetic hammer in one hand and his shield with magic in the other. Oh, okay.
I don't wanna.
Fast Warhammer magic.
Hey!
Hot day.
Let's go.
No idea how to roll
Okay,
damage.
click on the word Warhammer in chat. that,
I'm so small.
but that is exactly the number we needed.
Nice.
Pointing at the soft, pulsing pustule that Leo exposed, he tells you to smack it. You don't want to because you really wanted to just smite this thing with the holy power of Talos, but you decide to give it your best, and you puncture this organ, and in this giant roar that honestly sounds a bit like thunder to you, most of its insides quickly evacuate through this narrow 1 foot diameter hole, and in seconds, Leo and half the fairgrounds are covered in the entrails of this creature as a 30-foot beast lies dead and hollow on the fairgrounds floor.
Leo's gonna give out a hearty laugh and say, "I knew you could do it."
Ew.
Yeah, I guess jumping on the building was the right call. Who knew? All right, we're going to jump back to the other group.
Can I just end that scene with Zaz just like collapsing backwards in
Yes.
exhaustion?
Whew. All right, Reed, we've got Pinky and the Brain left.
All right.
Is the tool pinky?
Definitely I'm going to pull out my quarterstaff and one-handed and do that. Oh, Jesus.
Oh, you miss.
All right. Spending my last key point to do my unarmed strikes.
Hit and hit. And he is KO.
After finishing off this guy with my unarmed, step closer to this gentleman and ask if he's okay or needs any assistance.
He's sitting in the dirt, and the first thing you notice are 2 large swollen puncture wounds on his neck, like one high up by his ear and one low by his shoulder area, but he doesn't seem to be moving.
All right. Well, I don't think I can do anything else for now, so I'll wait till my next turn.
Okay. Jezza, you're up.
I don't want to go near that thing. I really don't. So embracing my goblin heritage, I am not going to go near the tool, and I'm instead going to go look in the wagon.
Okay. There are several of the tridents that these Piscine invaders have been using, and a bunch of what you suspect are food rations in like shark skin leather satchels, but it smells to you like rancid fish.
reeling in disgust, I would like to grab one of the tridents.
Mhm.
I would like to walk or step back outside, and then I'd like to use try and figure out how to use the trident on the Chul.
Okay.
I want it to be Chum. I don't know how to roll for this.
If you want to just use it like a melee weapon, just roll it like your quarterstaff, except it'll do.
I want to try and do the shooty thing.
Sure. Do you have? I guess your quarterstaff is ranged. Let me see what you have. Do you have like a throwing dart or?
I have
something already-
10 darts on
Just trying
me.
to think if you have an attack already in place.
If you do get next to it, the direwolf has advantage on its attacks.
That would put me in range of the Chul.
Yeah.
The goblin will not go close to the Chul. I would personally
All right,
agree
here's
with you.
Here's my question. So if it's not necessarily that the goblin is near the Chul, but if the goblin is near the direwolf, he gets attacked. So if you were to be if the goblin were to move right, if I could click
You have to click and hold.
right here, they get advantage. But you would be saved for the time being because he's got Crown of Madness, so that forces him to attack the direwolf and not you standing right here.
Oh, right. The Crown of Madness is still on him. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay, so
It may not be for very long.
15, 25. Yeah, that works. Okay.
You have to be next to the creature it's fighting for the direwolf to get the advantage. It's not next to the direwolf.
Oh, well, never mind then.
I've added a short spear to your character sheet, Sventies, so that'll be the de facto ranged trident attack.
Yeah, so that's where it like shoots the little things, right?
Correct. Yep.
All right. So I'm kind of like I'm fiddling around with it. Like I've got the pointy end slightly in the air, the other end of the spear because it's bigger than me, and I'm tiny, and I'm like banging on it trying to get it to work, and then I like slap it, and I ended up attacking the Chul.
Okay.
Spitting is it 1 or 2 attacks?
2 attacks to fire both of the tines at the same time. Nice. 2 hits. Roll damage. 14 points. I was going to say, for a foreign object, you handled it very well.
Yep.
Smiling. It's all point and shoot.
It scares me, and I drop it as they fire, and I like pick it back up, going, "Okay."
All right, Kel.
I'm gonna have the direwolf attack first against the Chul.
Ooh, the 12 misses.
Okay. And then I'm gonna move myself to about here. No, here. And drop the Crown of Madness so that I can cast Toll the Dead on the Chul.
Nice. And that's a con save or
I
don't
wisdom
remember.
save.
Wisdom.
That beats. Yeah.
Is good.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay. Alexis,
Yes,
is your turn.
is my turn. Okay.
Did you real quick? Did you see the thing I wrote in chat a while ago, Shamey?
Oh, the badger follows me.
The response? Yeah, I responded.
Oh, I missed it. I'm sorry. Oh, yeah, no. Okay, I was talking about the control panel.
Oh, my bad. I guess I'll just walk over right here on the protection of the quicksand that I may or may not know about. And cast you know what, I'm gonna do something different. I'm gonna hit it with my bow. My light crossbow.
Are you going
With
to
the
fire
tools.
an arrow or are you going to hit it with your bow?
No, I'm gonna fire an arrow.
Okay.
I'm gonna miss.
Why did you do that?
All right. Do you want to move any?
Nope.
Okay. Crown of Madness is over. It's going to double pincer the direwolf. I think hit and miss.
Hit and miss.
Or 11. And it's grappled. And I'm going to... It needs to make a con saving throw, which I will do. Nicely done, direwolf. He is not paralyzed. MVP.
Excellent.
MVP. Reed, it's your turn.
All right. I'm going to take. Hearing the raucous over there, I'm going to take another step forward to be within range to cast Radiant Sunbolt.
Pew, 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 pew. Because I assume
My hands glow once again. I thrust my fist out, and with a slightly diminished light, as I've spent all of my key points, I can only make one attack. And fires out. And I hope
that's
a
a
hit. Excellent. Watch as my sunbolt strikes the thing. Die, thing! 7
Die,
damage.
thing! And are you happy where you are, or did you want to move any closer?
Nope, I'm going to stay right there.
Jezza, it's your turn.
Oh, it is again?
Yep.
Okay. Does the trident reload itself?
It does, but it takes 2 rounds. So next turn, the spines will regenerate.
Okay. Start hitting at the, I have an idea. I throw the current one to the ground, I go back in the wagon, and I'm going to check and see if there's another one.
There are 2 more.
I grab another one, and I go right back out to where I was before.
Bang, bang!
And I'm going to shoot it twice more.
Nice. Critical hit, and unfortunately the 15 is a miss. So.
Oh, the 15's a miss? Okay.
Unfortunately, 16 is its armor class.
Nice.
So 22 points of damage.
No,
No.
total of 11.
Oh.
Yeah. Have I been at least hitting it in the squishy bits? Or are these things strong enough to go right through its hull?
It's basically perforating, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'm holding the second one, and I'm like, this thing is effective!
Maybe because it stepped away. I didn't know there was tridents to play with. Oh my.
Kel, your turn.
I'm gonna have the direwolf attack again. Heck.
Damn.
Not as effective. And I'm going to fire a ray of sickness at the Chul. Fuck.
Miss.
Well, there goes my turn.
Alexis,
Welcome to my world.
hide in the quicksand.
I'm not hiding in the quicksand. Well, I'm gonna go back to spellcasting. I'm gonna do a. Oh, jeez, that's a cone, isn't it? Nope. I'm just gonna do a poison spray in its face. Because that's a dex. That's a Constitution saving throw.
Do you have to be within 10 feet?
I do. Bop. There. Shit.
Do I take half damage or no damage if I make the save with the cantrip? I suspect
Creature
it's no.
must succeed is no damage. Fuck me. God damn it.
That's why I've been avoiding con.
Chul will make 2 pincer attacks against the direwolf. Because let them fight.
Those both hit.
First one is 8. That renders him unconscious.
Well, it poofs into shadow and
Oh,
fur.
you're right. I like the sentence, it poofs into shadow and fur. It was like sweet and also sort of Tolkien. And then I'll use the other pincer on Lavander the Great.
I should not have gotten close.
20 hits for 11 points. You're grappled, and I need you to make a con saving throw as the tentacles. That's good. You resist the paralyzing effect of its drooly, sloppy tentacles. Reed, you're up.
Cal should look over there and be like, "Hey, Jessa, what have you got there?"
Pointy things in the wagon.
Maybe I'll take advantage of that. Come check out the wagon. You said there were tridents in there or something, or maybe, possibly?
There's one trident left to do.
Can I grab it and use it?
You may.
All right.
I put it on your character sheet as spear, but you
Awesome.
have 2 of those attacks.
Will do then.
Hit and miss. As both of the tines pew, fire out at it.
Grab a trident, aim it at the character, and be like, "Oh, how do I work this thing?" And all of a sudden, pew pew.
Misfire. Oh dear.
Yeah, I just kind of put my hand over, like, you push it. Jesus!
Range safety so important. Jezza, you're up.
Saying that one of my only true friends has been attacked by a giant crab, I run over, and I'm going to I drop the spear I was using, I'm going to come over and I'm going to quarterstaff the big fish. The crustacean. The chul! There we go, that's the name.
Chul.
I've already used Fury of the Small. I have no key, so we're just gonna quarterstaff it.
That's a hit.
Take a big crack at one of its legs.
Yeah, you hear it break at the second joint from the ground. It hisses a little bit, and it literally reaches down with one of its pincers and tears off the damaged appendage that was going to slow it down, and it lists
lovely.
to one side.
Oh, lovely.
Some might say that it now leans like a chulo.
Oh my gosh.
I have my turn. In spite of that pun.
Kel, your turn.
I can't even see its health bar anymore.
Too many things there.
Too many fucking things. I'm going to use Ray of Sickness to cast it again, but as a spell level 2.
Okay. That's a hit.
They didn't ask me what level I'm casting it at, so. So 17 points of damage?
Points of damage takes it critically low. It's also poisoned, right?
It needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
Actually, that's a good one. Oh, I guess not this time.
It is definitely poisoned.
All right. Alexis, you look on as this thing that's got you in its pincers and is trying to devour you with its paralytic tentacles. Winces in pain as your goblin companion breaks its leg, and then you watch as this green and black tendrils of energy slam into it, and it literally just starts vomiting caustic slime down its tendrils, covering itself and you, as it just continues to retch and heave all over the place. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna clutch my Pearl of Power, give myself a spell slot, and I'm gonna cast a Shadow Blade.
Nice.
I don't have that in my stuff, do I? Hold on. Well, this is gonna be interesting because I don't know how I'm gonna roll this.
Do you have a dagger in your inventory?
I do.
If you just use the dagger attack, I think that's a hit. Except you just roll 2d8 psychic damage.
Alrighty. So
You can use the multi-dice roller or just slash roll space 2d8.
wait, modifier. Do I have modifier on this? Because it makes proficient at it. Does that do anything?
I don't know whether or not it adds your dexterity or not.
Well, it says summons a simple melee in which you are proficient.
Okay. It's a finesse weapon. So what are your physical stats like? Yeah, add 2 to it.
Add 2 to it. All right, so 9, I guess.
That is the magic number. While you're being wretched on by this terrible creature that is both poisoned and wounded many times and has giant holes in its body from these explosive tridents, you reach out with the one hand that's not covered in ick, and you conjure this long, curved, wicked blade out of thin air, and just slash at the Chul's underthroat. It gargles twice, immediately releases you, and then collapses backwards, landing on the sorceress behind it. Just covered in its bile, you stand there triumphant, clutching a blade made of shadow.
Finally, something works.
Yeah, the direwolf was pretty clutch there.
And the Crown of Madness.
Yeah, that's just fun. All right, I'm so sorry that we ran like 30 minutes long, guys. I think we'll just pause it here if that's cool with everybody. I know that we've got other coasters that are looking for bedtime.
Just say we ran long for me
Yeah.
because you guys love me so much.
That is the case. Happy birthday. That was
Yay!
It's your
are
birthday
we-
for another 26 minutes.
Technically 24 hours from the day I was born, so for time. So 6:45 a.m. tomorrow morning will be the end.
Pacific time.
Yes, of course.
All right. Are we good for 2 weeks from today?
I think so.
Yeah.
Should be.
Seems like
so,
it.
yeah.
Yes.
That is the.
Don't worry, I'll remind you way before, right as soon as the raid starts.
Thank you.
Thanks for making this fun, everybody. I had fun.
I had
I
fun
had a
too.
blast.
Yeah, that was really fun.
Sure did.
I had a blast eating a goblin.
Goblin aeronautics.
I have to get off. I am sorry, but if we can get a couple of the spellcasters on, maybe like 10 minutes early before next session, I would really like to look at why we can't link spells.
Yeah, I can probably do that.
Okay.
And try. I'll also message you
Yeah, no
about setting up Bag of Tricks so that I can actually move stuff.
Sure. Yeah, if you've got insight, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Have a
Good
good night,
night.
everybody.
Thank you.